It's a little rusty. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm ready now. From the top. Niners! See, when I drive up to people's houses, I don't honk my horn. I do that. In Raider neighborhoods in particular, I love it. Fam, the legendary offseason revenge season is underway. And officially gets underway after the combine, because as you know, at the combine is when a lot of deals are made and closed that people don't even know about. The NFL doesn't crack. It's illegal. The NFL has nothing to say about it though, because it's such tradition. Everybody's going to do it anyway. What are you going to do? You're going to tap everybody's phone. You're going to wire everybody up so they don't talk about deals. Because remember, last year, the deal for Nick Bosa was made at the combine. Now, I don't know how that goes. The 49ers had made up their mind or something. I guess that's what they were talking about. But I guess it was just said afterward, the 49ers had made up their mind completely after that combine. Everybody else they brought in just to give. You got to do that. You got to bring people in so as to throw them off the scent of who you want. But when you're picking number two, and obviously the first team on the block was the Cardinals. Come on, the guy could lie all he wanted to. Kyler Murray was never going anywhere else. But it was fun arguing about that all offseason long, wasn't it? I love to argue offseason. It is that time. But fam, let's get right down to business so I can get you right to the phones. Jimmy Garoppolo had a decent 2019 season, all things considered. Now, there's a lot of people running around saying a lot of stupid things, but here's the facts. Jimmy G ranked in the top 10 in several categories, and he almost passed for 4,000 yards in a running scheme. I mean, heavily. Kyle Shanahan pretty much every week established a run. Now, that's important. What you saw, it'll be realized more coming into the next season. What you saw was Kyle Shanahan establishing things. Everything he does is in phases, even when he game plans. From the beginning of the game to the end of the game, he's running you in stages. Kyle Shanahan is playing upon the ignorance of the opposing coach. Maybe not the ignorance, but his less, expertise is high. Coaches they're all brilliant, but Kyle Shanahan's at the next level. He's the savant of offensive minds in the NFL. Everybody knows it now, even Sean McVay. Sean, you can't beat Kyle, man. Keep trying, but you ain't going to make it. Oh, it's hilarious. But anyway, Jimmy's targets. Niners front office may be looking to upgrade Jimmy's targets for 2020 after sorting through some issues. Now, this is the thing. People gave Jimmy all kind of grief. And when you look at his receiving core, that didn't really gel until after Emmanuel Sanders showed up midway through the season. And Sanders also brought some kind of a moxie to the locker room that helped everybody else, especially Deebo Samuels, who went buck wild. But sorting through some issues of 49ers. There's a lot of ifs going on with the 49ers receiver room. Also, Mock Draft Monday is trending towards the Niners needing secondary help. This is something that a lot of people might want to argue about. It's not something you can really argue hard about, though, because the 49ers do need, if you're going to go through the draft, it's between that and the offensive line for the most part. There is that wide receiver prospect that some people are talking about as well, though, as I just mentioned. We'll get into it right now. Let me go through this real quick, because it's unclear if Emmanuel Sanders can be re-signed. We know that. Or if Dante Pettis can be salvaged, and made functional. Dante, come on, man. I look at him with all that talent. I get so upset. Okay. And can Trent Taylor and Jalen Hurd, can they stay healthy? What can be said with some degree of certainty about the 49ers wide receiver corps as we head towards March? For starters, Marquise Goodwin is most likely not going to be a part of the 49ers' future. As much as I love Marquise Goodwin, I can see where he might get squeezed out. And we can also be certain that Deebo Samuel looks extremely promising in the days ahead. At this early stage of the offseason, Deebo, coming off an impressive rookie season, is the only wideout under contract for 2020 who is a lock to have a major role next season. The biggest offseason question concerns Sanders, whose addition via a trade in October vastly upgraded an unremarkable position group. Here's the thing, fam. We gave up draft picks Because I was laughing at a Rams fan the other day because they gave up everything just to get Jalen Ramsey and ain't got no money to pay him. We're not much better. We gave up too much to be getting rid of Emmanuel Sanders. That wasn't a rental. It shouldn't have been seen upon or looked upon as a rental. We got to the Super Bowl with him. If we would have wanted, okay, you want to give up them draft picks. It's still not cool, but we lost capital behind that, man. You need to sign him. Sanders, however, is a free agent who earned $10.15 million base salary. Last year, it's not known if the 49ers can keep him due to their salary cap, which everybody keeps on. 49ers got $13.1 million. That's not true. The 49ers have more money than that. I don't know why. Every time you read an article, it's trying to doom the 49ers and say, 49ers are dead meat next season, man. They got to go through the Super Bowl swoon and hangover. They ain't got this, they ain't got that. Jimmy Garoppolo, they go on and on. But that $13.1 million thing, that's not right. Anyway, if they do resign Sanders, it's likely the wide receiver core will only require some minor maintenance. And keeping in mind the Niners reached the Super Bowl last season while pretty much playing down the stretch with only Sanders, it was only E-Man, Debo, and KB, baby. And KB's a restricted free agent who was expected to return. There's a lot being said about KB. That boy, do you know KB has not missed a game since he's been in the NFL? Do you know what that's saying? He's a wide receiver and he's physical. KB will run across the middle in a heartbeat. He don't give a damn who's in there planning on hitting him. He's coming in and will make them grabs. I know about the drops, but he corrected that down the line. And that's all you can ask for from anybody to improve. He did. Became clutch. Consider, though, in the final 10 games, including the playoffs, E-Man and Bourne combined to play. Oh, yes, yeah. E-Man, Bourne, and Debo, yeah. They combined to play 1,248 snaps. Now, here's what the problem is. The only other wide receivers to see action, Pettis, Goodwin, Richie James Jr., played 97 snaps. Where's that contribution? All right? That's way off the list. Okay, and Kyle had given up on those guys in the second half. He made his decision as who he's going to go with a little after the midway point of the season, and that's what he did. 97, and that includes 14, and that's 3 postseason games included in those totals for those guys. Goodwin, James Jr., and of course Pettis. All right. If they don't re-sign Sanders, this year's wide receiver draft class is being hailed as the most talented and deep class in years. Now, you and I both know Kyle Shanahan's foaming at the mouth to get some of that talent. Maybe not so much with John Lynch because he's more defensive-minded. He's probably looking at the cornerbacks and secondary people because that's what he is. Can you imagine them arguing in there in that room? Kyle's going to say, I need one more premier wide receiver, and I'll take us to that Super Bowl back in a heartbeat. So, and the likelihood would increase that the 49ers bearing a trade down would use that lone pick in the first round, 4 rounds, number 31 overall, to address the void created by Sanders' exit should that happen. They could also explore the free agency, but would be limited to the bargain bin. We don't need that. What for? That's a waste of time. The hope is that the 49ers group of young wide receivers who have shown promise will contribute this year, please. The group is headlined by Trent Taylor, Jalen Hurd, and Dante Pettis. Dante got so deep in Coach Shanahan's doghouse, it ain't even funny, fam. That was really ridiculous. It was obvious that Coach did not want Dante. I don't know what he said to him. Maybe Dante talked back to him or something when he was trying to chew him out. Fam, Dante played 9 snaps in the final 10 games, 9 snaps. And most of them, he wasn't targeted. He was just out there blocking or trying to. That's why they said, Dante, man, go get stronger, please. Please, Dante. He'll get another look. 11 catch season and all. 49ers will at least keep him on the roster through the offseason. They traded a 3rd-round pick in 2018 to move up 15 spots to get Dante at number 45 overall. Dante, come on. I would say, somebody, if you know Dante personally, will you talk to him? Tell him he's got to be serious this year. He's got to eat more, leave the kiddies alone, go to the gym, work out, get stronger. Because quite frankly, Dante doesn't even need to work on his technique. He just needs to become more durable. You see him make one play. He gets hit. He's out for weeks. Anyway, given their investment in his occasional flashes of ability late, in his rookie season. They're hoping his banishment will serve as a wake-up call. Remember, this guy who broke Jerry Rice's records as a rookie. See, this is what I'm saying. Dude's got all kind of talent. Meanwhile, Taylor, who missed 2019 with a broken foot, and Hurd, who missed the season with a back injury, were poised to have significant roles in early August. We saw it. Remember last season? When Shanahan in training camp said Taylor was having the best summer any wideout in camp, and that Taylor working in the slot was a strong candidate to lead the team in receptions. He was doing that well. When given you look around the camp, though, maybe that wasn't that much because there were people who weren't there yet. As for Jay Hurd, he began to impress late in camp before making a brutal DB abusing NFL debut. Hurd used that 230 pounds of manliness to punish defenders for not one, but 2 touchdown receptions in the preseason opener against them Cowboys. Bulldozing defenders to punctuate a 20-yard scoring grab. Bam! You can hear that crash all up in the stands. The man was not going to be denied. Both players expect to return in the offseason, but their injury history raises questions about how much they'll be able to contribute in 2020. Taylor had back surgery after his rookie season. That was back in 2017. And that limited him throughout his second season. He did not look like Trent Taylor. Hurd, he was a running back in Tennessee before he transferred to Beta for his final season, had two shoulder surgeries. He plays hard. He's real physical. As is Debo, though. So here's the thing. Who can stand up to that kind of punishment? He had a knee surgery and at least one concussion before he reached the NFL. This is all about Jalen Hurd. So even if Sanders returns, the Niners could seek to add a wideout with stretch the field speed. Their fastest pass catcher is Goodwin, but he's at $3.95 million base salary and 20 figure. He's probably going to be a cap casualty or just a cut to save the money this offseason. He's had a couple of so-so seasons, and they're going to look at that. You know, who's going to sit down for him if he comes back in? He could come in, and this could be his best season. He could go elsewhere and probably have an outstanding season. But the 49ers are seeing enough to the point where they're going to have to make a decision, and that's pretty much what a lot of people seem to believe. Finally, there's Mrs. Samuels' baby boy, who had the most receiving yards, 802 by 49ers rookie since Jerry Rice. You said Samuel's name in the same sentence with the GOAT. In 1985, Rice did that, and the most receptions, 57, since Earl Cooper in 1980. The 49ers and everybody else can't wait to see what's in store for Debo's second season. And mind you, him and Jimmy got that chemistry down now very well. So that means by the next season, it should be even better as Garoppolo having more comprehension of what Kyle's thinking, and Debo having worked within that same difficult system, and he understands it better and what works and what doesn't work, like all the other Red 49ers. And that chemistry that's been built over the full season, finally, people just don't know. You're going to leave Jimmy G alone soon. Real quick, mock draft Monday from draft analysts around the league seem to be leaning towards the 49ers secondary needing to be addressed. Josh Edwards, CBS Sports, safety, Grant Delpit, LSU. He goes on to say, quote, there were some concerns with Delpit's regression this season, but this would be the steal of the first round. Medicals will be important for him at the NFL Combine, but I would not be surprised if he gets healthy and rises back towards the top of the board before it is all said and done. The 49ers could lose Jimmy Ward this offseason, and Delpit could step in and contribute from day one. That's a heavy endorsement. Ryan Wilson, CBS Sport, Delpit. We've typically had Alabama safety Xavier McKinney going to the 49ers here, but he's already off the board. Delpit, who entered the season as the top safety in his class, battled through an ankle injury and struggled to consistently make tackles. When he's on, however, he can be one of the best players on the field. Once upon a time, Jimmy Ward actually got that same accolade. One of the best defenders on the field a few years ago before he started getting hurt and coming down. Last year, he was one of the best guys on the field, usually. Not enough ball hawking skills, though, and he didn't make a lot of catches or INTs. But then again, the balls weren't going down the field that much because that front line defense was hammering that quarterback's ass. But Benjamin Solak, the Draft Network safety, Ashton Davis, Cal. First safety off the board, Ashton Davis, question mark. Safeties are weird. Nobody had Darnell Savage Jr. as the first safety off the board at this time last year. Davis's best skills are those that NFL values most highly. It's not as wild as you think. If Davis is the best deep middle safety of the class, then he's got a great shot to go early, especially if San Francisco's doing the drafting. Jaquiski Tartt is entrenched as a starter in the box, but Jimmy Ward is in a contract year, and Tavares Moore hasn't been consistent as a single high safety. The 49ers may elect to go to the more expected path than LSU's Grant Delpit, there's that name again, who can win from the rooftop. But Davis is likely going to win the combine, so his stock is going to rise to this spot in a couple of weeks. Delpit. I don't know, fam. I want to see Dub come back for the experience. We're going to make a Super Bowl run. I do want him back there next year. But listen, if Delpit's there in the first round of 31, I think you got to do it anyway. You got to make a battle between Delpit and Tavares and Jimmy. If he's all this in a bag of chips, why? I want to know. Hey, Big Show, I need you, man. Get in here and enlighten us. Luke Easterling, USA Today, cornerback, C.J. Henderson, Florida. Richard Sherman is still proving himself as one of the league's most dominant corners, but finding a young corner, a cover man, and groom him behind him should be a priority. Henderson has all the tools to quickly develop into a quality starter, something the 49ers could use across the field from Sherman sooner than later. Dan Kadar, SB Nation, cornerback, Christian Fulton, LSU. LSU always puts out secondary products that are kicked, but although Richard Sherman has revived his career with the 49ers, San Francisco's talent at cornerback beyond him is lackluster. We were the best secondary in the league last year. I know. It was because of the front line. I've been saying it for years. I know that front line defense was what had everything to do with the secondary. Going out here and getting all these primetime secondary people, they're going to get their butt ate up if there ain't nothing front line. Now we got the front line. You can put like anybody back there almost. Fulton is an aggressive corner who will come up and play the run and can stick with physical receivers on the outside. Christopher Knox, Bleacher Report. All he did was put a photo down. Delpit. Fam, I want to know what you're thinking. Hey, and Ben Metal Ford. What's up, fam? Please, for NASCAR driver Ryan Newman, horrific crash. Horrific crash? Really? We had a NASCAR driver go down? Oh, that's not good. Sorry to hear that. If you're serious. Man. Okay. Hey, Mr. Flores, the sources are saying we did not pick up Thomas 50. So far. But normally if they're going to pick up a fifth-year option, they don't wait around on that, do they? Ooh. Okay, get ready for the drama of the bill. Panchito Villa. Would you guys trade Armstead and Mullins for Joey Bosa? Ooh. Can I get Mullins to somebody else? I need Armstead up front to help Joey. I like it. Ryan Harder. I say we get Sanders re-sign, Jimmy Ward and Armstead draft wide receiver 31. There's going to be plenty of wide receivers. There's 31 that will pair with Debo, Hurd, Taylor, Bourne. Green Ryan, Rene Cruz. Hey, I'm still hurt for my 49ers and Chiefs are an awesome team. I'm jealous of them. Yeah. We made some mistakes at the end of the game. The 49ers learned from that. You're going to see a better team next year. No doubt about it. Matt S. Hey, shout out from Bend, Oregon. Matt, what's up? Go Niners. Mr. Block Eyes 2-2. I say go wide receiver in free agency. Use a draft for either the safety or the O-line. Plus, it depends on what Sanders wants. Whatever position we use in the draft, use free agency to cover everything else. Mr. Block Ice, we ain't got that kind of money. That's the problem. I don't know. You know what? I don't know what the 49ers, if this is true, they're not even going to get. Solomon Thomas carried a little cash on his contract. There's some guys they are going to let go. We'll see. Because you know what? I think OBJ shot himself in the foot at that LSU celebration. Dre, come on in, Dre.
Ronbo, what's going on, my guy?
Dre, man, it's off-season time. We're getting ready to move into adding some new bodies in that locker room. And it seems like the wide receivers who we all hope can do it. I don't know if the 49ers are going to go worried about hoping. They're going to go ahead and adjust right away. Bring somebody in. If they beat that hope out, then the hope says goodbye, I guess. And how do you feel about the secondary? And are you a Delpit fan?
I mean, sometimes you just know what you get out of rookie, right? Like we knew what we were getting out of Nick Bosa. We just didn't know if he was going to stay healthy. That question. There's certain guys where you know what you're going to get out of guys. I know what I'm going to get out of Ward. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm going to get out of Ward. You know, I'm going to get a free safety that's going to come up and lay a hat. I'm going to also get a free safety that was top 5 in allowing a big plays for 30 yards or more. I think he allowed 4 throughout the whole season. That's pretty damn good.
Oh, damn good.
So, yeah. So, if I was Parag, I would try to get Jimmy for at least another year or two. Let Tavares Moore get some more tutelage from a seasoned vet. And then, I think
Drake, your connection is kind of. Are you in the same place you normally are?
Yeah, hold on. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, that may have something to do with it.
Let me turn off my earpiece. My bad. So like I was saying,
Drake. One thing I want to run by you real quick. The Eagles are hot on J-Dub's trail. They are just daring the 49ers not to make them an offer. I'm worried about the Eagles, but go ahead.
I mean, if he wants to go play in Kodak, Philadelphia, I mean, go ahead. By all means, please.
Ain't that the truth?
Because your bones are weak and brittle, and we know that, Jimmy. For 4 years, we found out. So if you want to go do that, by all means, buddy. See you later. Dope it is. I was just saying, when you have guys who have played at a high level on your defense or offense, and you know what they offer, you know what they can bring, you try to keep those guys.
Damn right.
And that's what I'm saying. If we can, keep Jimmy. You know what I mean? But if he wants to go somewhere else, bring in Delpit. That'd be awesome. But, to be real, I don't see us keeping the 31st pick. I think we're going to trade that pick for 3 picks.
I'm with you there, too.
I think we're going to trade it and get the 37th, the 37th, the 46th, and like the 101st. Who was the damn team? Damn it! Let me see. I had all of this stuff written down, man. I can't remember exactly what team it is. I'm gonna research it again, and there's a team where we could possibly do this because the Shithawks, they did the same thing last year. They traded their high. They traded one of their high first round picks, and they got 3 picks for it.
Oh yeah,
that's what I see us doing,
and that's the blueprint. Yeah,
most definitely. Also, Solomon Thomas, I think that we trade him for some picks, keep that $4.5 million. Man, I'm seeing a lot of people say Marquise, keep Marquise Goodwin. Look, man, I love you, Marquise, good dude, great guy, but I don't want no mental midgets, bro. I just don't. I understand if you lose a family member or whatever the case may be, but at the same time, man, your bills got to be paid, bruh. And if you don't perform, you get fired. You get fired. And you didn't perform. And this has happened numerous times over the last 2.5, 3 years. This is what happens with Marquise. He starts off, he makes a few plays, everything's going fine. Boom, tragedy strikes. This guy cannot come in and produce and make plays. And I'm sorry, I just don't want that on my team. I don't give a damn how fast he is. Speed is all over. You can go find a guy that's fast. And even when he was on the field, he was still dropping passes. Did y'all forget that? Did y'all forget when Marquise Goodwin was on the field and he was dropping passes earlier in the season? He was, KB and Debo weren't the only one dropping. Everybody was dropping passes, including Marquise. So
and that one deep downfield, that would have put Jimmy over 4,000 yards on the season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So I just don't. If you cannot play through adversity, man, this just ain't the place for you. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like we could save that $3.5 million, bro. And I would rather save the money and get him up out of here. I respect him. I love what he did for us while he was here. But, the last 2 years, you really ain't did much for us. You really ain't did shit for us, bro, because you can't play through adversity and everything that happens off of the field. It affects you. And maybe this just is not the game for you. Maybe you should be full-time Olympics. Maybe you should be a sprinter, because all you got to do is be fast. You don't have to worry about play calls or blocking schemes or motion. You don't have to worry about none of that. You just train and be fast as you possibly can. Maybe that's a better look for you, my guy, because playing football, it just doesn't seem like you can make it through the mental hurdles of what's going on outside the field. And life continues to go on.
He is training for the upcoming Olympics. But good stuff, Dre.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna see you in a couple of days. But I points taken and good stuff.
Yeah, man. Please, nobody take it personal. I just, want somebody that's dependable, no matter what happens outside of the football field. You have to be able to come and produce. Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to TNT fan, man. Trey's Big Show, Russo, Jay Fresh, player partner Will, man, Shay Lewis, man, all the guys, man. My big brother Nate Big Griff, man. Hey, man. We already freed up some space. There's a good article that you guys should go read. I think it was Niner Wire talking about how Prague is already working on restructuring Jimmy D Ford. And damn it, I can't remember the other.
And it's okay. We'll go check that Niners Wire out.
Yeah.
All right, Dre. I'm gonna see you this weekend.
All right, bro.
Or more toward the middle of the week.
Yes,
end of the week. All right. Night, fam.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. Yes, sir.
And Prague, man. But Prague. Shoot, that's why Jed kept him by his side, because he knows Barack can manipulate some numbers, baby. Hey, James, come on in here, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
James, doing all right. Just, when we came out of the Super Bowl, we knew we could get back there right away, but a lot of us, including me, especially me, maybe more me than anybody else, I said, shoot, man, I got this same team. I'm coming back. But the reality is we may not have the whole same team. Names are going to be changed to protect the innocent. You know what I'm saying? I still wonder, though, in the secondary wide receiver group, what is your assessment of what may happen?
Well, I can tell you the truth. If you ask me, once again, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I've been out
a
for a minute. Yeah, but anyway, I feel like this. I think one position that we're going to see a lot of movement in is the receiving corps. And with that being said, the other caller, he touched on a lot of things when he said, that you gotta look at guys that you can count on that are dependable. You know what I'm saying? That guys that are going to be just basically constant and, showing up. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I believe Marquise, Dante Pettis, Jordan Matthews, they're all getting on the same little shuttle coach leaving Santa Clara. Okay. I do believe that, because I don't know what happened to Dante or Marquise. Marquise, in the beginning of the season, bro, he was dropping balls wide open. Do you remember? I think it was either the Bucks or the Steelers game. He was wide open on a play like 7 yards from the goal line. There wasn't a cornerback probably within 10 yards of him almost. Or I'll say maybe 7 yards. This guy panicked and dropped the ball. Wide open. He did it several times in games. Dante Pettis last year was looking pretty good. He was starting to catch passes in freakish athletic positions and ways. And then all of a sudden, in situations where a safety and a cornerback was about to blast him, he wouldn't catch that ball. He just wouldn't catch it no more. And one had the drops, one wouldn't catch the ball in traffic, which both of them didn't amount to two wooden nickels together, if you ask me. And them, I'm telling you, them, Goodwin, Pettis, and Jordan Matthews, they expendable right now, man. They're going to be goners. I mean,
Jordan. I think Jordan was just brought in as a just in case. Anyway, I don't think he was.
He was a just in case.
Yeah.
He was a just in case, and I feel like this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Jimmy Ward made a comment where he said the only way he would continue to stay with the Niners is if he played at that free safety position.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't like that comment because, bro, you haven't played out of 5 seasons except one full season, basically. In them other 4 seasons, the games were, I think out of 2 other seasons, out of them whole 5 seasons, you only played like one season you played 11 games. The next season, I think you had 9 games. Okay. When he broke that forearm 2 years ago, and then Jarkiski Tart, he broke his forearm. It might have been last year.
No, they both broke their arm last year. Yeah.
Right. But then the year before, it was something to do with his shoulder, I believe.
Jimmy
and the bottom line is
Kowski.
With Jimmy Ward.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy tore his leg up. There's no doubt about his history. But where are you going with this?
Where I'm going with it is simple. The first season last year, we played Tavarius Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Tavarius Moore had great growth potential and was showing up in a lot of games. He comes in the Super Bowl, ain't played since, week 4 or something like that, and tears off 2 interceptions. Now, with that being said, I mean, if you ask me, I think it's going to be a hard thing with Jimmy Ward because I think right now he's out to get the biggest paycheck. I don't blame him. It's a business. But if you're trying to dictate a big, lucrative contract, you haven't played enough games to make any general manager want to say, hey, man, what have you really done? You've been on the team, but you haven't been on the field.
So maybe you might suggest maybe an incentive contract. Huh? The problem with an incentive contract, like I was saying, I think the Eagles are hot on his trail. The 49ers.
That's all right. Let him. Hey,
I'm just saying.
Like the other caller said, let him go. He's brittle anyway. He's brittle in 90-degree weather. What does he think he's going to do when it's 15?
Exactly. We're going to run out of time, but this is why I do wonder if the 49ers can offer something. So we probably do need to think about a safety in the draft. And if Delpit's there, do you now trade down at 31 or do you get Delpit? Because Tavarius might be okay, but you might want to bring somebody in to compete with him. But real quick.
Those free agents that they signed, it's about, out of 14 of them, it's about maybe 6 safeties and cornerbacks that they signed that have recently played. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing, which I kind of noticed. I watched that kid, Tease Tabor, that I think he got picked by the Lions.
Right.
He played at Florida, the University of Florida.
Okay. And
he was like 2 years ahead of Marcel Harris.
Right.
And they were a pretty good tandem back there on the back end. Now, I'm not saying he could be the answer, but I do believe.
All right.
One thing I do hope and pray, I know you got to go, but I'm hoping, man, that I could see Jason Verrett get healthy. Because right now, I don't know what to say about Richard Sherman, man. Listen, I'm just putting it out there.
James,
I might get some haters on.
We're gonna have to do another show on this one though, because we got to go. But
all right, Ronbo,
I know what you mean. Everybody's worried about Rich. Yeah.
Yeah, and Niner Empire, Niner for life, it still exists, and we're going to be in Super Bowl 55, I do believe. Just a good evening thought for all those.
Yes, indeed.
It is what it is. Thank you, Ronbo, for having me. Have a blessed evening.
Always a pleasure, James. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And the funny thing about it, watch next year actually look a little easier than this last year. I really do predict that, provided a certain few people are maintained. And health. If the 49ers ever get 85 to 90% health out of that field, somebody's going to get hurt really bad. What if I just had a healthy D Ford? And I got Nick. It's just those little things. And that's what makes a Super Bowl team, that you can end the season with your army. Hey, let's go to Dade City, Florida. Oh, my.
Ronbo.
Omar, how you doing, man?
Hey, Ronbo, man, what's going on, brother?
I'm sitting there back. I'm just, I'm going through the dailies, and I'm checking out where we actually only have a couple of wide receivers actually that we could really, really believe are going to show up next year. You got Debo. And basically, you just see Debo and who else? Kendrick Bourne, because they're going to resign him most likely. Everybody else is either they got a bad health history, they got to be re-signed for X amount of dollars, or they're a mental case like Dante. I mean, it's strange. But anyway, what are you doing with that? You thinking you need to go free agency, draft for the abundant and wide receivers this year, this class? And as far as the secondary goes, do you like Delpit? What are you thinking?
In my opinion, I like the kid from LSU, man. The receiver's name is Jefferson.
Okay, yeah, I've heard about him too.
That kid, he is fast. Another guy that we're not talking about, he's on defense, and I know some people might not agree with me, but I just looked some tape on this guy. His name is Zach Braun. Let me tell you something. There were reports the Niners are interested in him. He's a linebacker / defensive end. This guy's like another Nick Bosa. If you have a chance on your free time, Zach Braun, he's a Wisconsin Badger. Look him up. This guy is scary. He's like another Nick Bosa on the field. I really like this kid. And I've never been so high on a linebacker, but we draft him. I think
Omar, how do you spell his name? Is it B-O-N or B-R-A-W-N?
No, B-R-A-U-N. Zach Braun.
Oh, it's
He's
like
from
in the
Wisconsin. Yes, sir. Look up his tape whenever you're free and look up Zach Braun. And his highlights, I'm like, wow, this dude is an animal. He plays just like Nick Bosa. I said, man,
but
I
you
like
see,
this kid.
He's a defensive or a linebacker. We could put him on the edge.
Yes.
Okay.
Look him up sometime. You're going to be like, you know what? You're right. He is amazing. All the Niners faithful, look this guy up, Zach Braun.
All right.
If he gets drafted, he will be Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I'm calling it now.
Whoa! Well, I definitely got to go check him out now.
No, I'm not lying. Listen.
Because D Ford is wearing my mind out, man. I'm telling you. So if I get somebody, but he's going to have an issue.
If they draft this kid with Bosa, I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. This dude is amazing. I've seen this guy's tape, and I said, whoa. He studies. He knows where the ball's going. He's a ferocious hitter. Good technique. This guy reminds me of a young Lawrence Taylor. Look this guy up whenever.
Well, I can't wait to see this kid
tonight. No, Zach Braun. I'm telling you, every Niner faithful that's on this chat, you guys think I'm lying? Look this dude up, and you get back to me. Omar from Dade City Empire said it first. This guy, if he gets drafted by us, this guy will be Defensive Rookie of the Year. And if you think Nick Bosa's good, wait till you see this guy's tape.
What?
Oh, my God. I said, this dude is scary.
All right.
Look him up. I'm telling you. I'm not lying to you, Ronbo.
Give me some more, though. Give me some more. I got Zach. Now, listen, you are secondary. Most analysts think we need that more than anything else. Because as far as
No.
Go ahead.
That,
I'm just saying add some more.
Man, the guy you mentioned, like the LSU guy, the free safety, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he's a safety,
Yeah, he's actually pretty good, but I like the guy of the Moore.
Okay.
On our squad. Is it Moore?
Tavares
Moore?
Yeah, Tavares. Yeah.
I like him to start.
Omar, if you lose J-Dub, though, you're probably going to want somebody to come in to compete with Tavares, right? I think that's what the 49ers the analysts are probably thinking now. If you're just down to Tavares Moore, you don't want to be just down to Tavares Moore. You want to get another quality safety in there. Other than the guy we pick up every year.
In there, man, like hopefully John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan could get together and draft a good safety, even bring somebody in. It's a possibility.
One of the famous free agents, undrafted free agents. It said, and you be sitting looking,
undrafted free agent.
How did he get missed? Yeah. So,
I'm telling you, man, go look up, man. I'm telling you, I am so pumped up right now. Yes, we need a safety, and yes, I'm a little worried about Sherman. Maybe because like Watkins he exploited him in the Super Bowl. But like I said, man, our ceiling is so high, and we have a good young core. I think if we do go receiver, draft the kid from LSU, Jefferson, that dude is fast. He's 6'3" receiver. I like him and Jalen Hurd together in the red zone. It's all over with, man. But, man, just before I go, look up Zach Braun and you get back to me.
Boy, Omar's like Zach's agent, boys. I mean, he's making him sound real attractive. I can't wait.
Hey, man, my thing is you got to draft the best player available. I know we have some needs of defensive back and everything, but, man, you cannot let this guy go. Every caller out there in the Niner empire, look this dude up, and I am not lying to you.
Omar, you know what? You're probably onto something, because you know what? As I say, D Ford is worrisome and his ailing. So if this kid looks like you're saying, how heavy is he? What does he weigh?
I don't know his height, but he's in great shape, though. I mean, he's lightning quick on the edge, and he can cover the whole field. His instincts are just,
you know what I mean? Well, put it this way. Omar. And does he look heavy enough? You know, in the NFL, you need some size. I'm just wondering, can he, you know.
He's heavy enough, and he's fast enough. He can cover the whole field and rush the edge. I'm telling you, just every Niner guy out there, look this kid up, because I even had a chat with some of my friends and said, man, this guy's ferocious, man. Let me tell you something, man.
If he goes around 225 or 230, I can see him actually being Kowalski T's understudy or competition.
Oh, man, dude. We got to get this guy, man. I think get the receiver from LSU, Jefferson, and get this dude from Wisconsin, Zach Braun. Just look him up and get back to me, Ronbo.
All right, fam. I'll get back to you. All right.
Man, you have a good. Hey, question. Like, did you get my pictures?
Oh. Tonight. I've been busy. Omar, I will not. Next time we talk, I will not miss it. I don't know what I was doing all week. I was all over the place. All right. You'll get it, because I died to see this. I promise. All right.
Yes, sir. I have all the pictures with all the, I got pictures with all the greats, man.
I know. You ran it down last time, and I got sidetracked. I definitely want to see it, along with Omar Braun. By the way, people are asking Zach Braun. Zach's last name is B-R, not B-A, not Bond. Braun. No,
B-R-A-U-N, like Braun Saber, like a Braun Saber.
There you go. All right.
Zach Braun.
All right.
He comes from Wisconsin.
All right.
Just look this dude up on your time over.
Will do.
All right. Take it easy, Ronbo.
You too, Omar. Good night. And a Dade City chapter. And it's time for Sharon. Sharon.
Hello there, Ronbo. I was just reading on the internet that the Niners are already parting ways with Marcus Goodwin.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty clear. Because we just don't.
It just popped up on my phone just now.
Oh, even just now that news just came out. They must have heard us talking. They want to get us clear on that. I feel bad for him, though, Sharon.
I
don't know what happened to him.
I don't really. He was good in the beginning, but like everybody says, and I agree, he wasn't consistent enough. It was like something that was always coming up. And it was like he would choose that instead of being with the teammate. So he kind of put himself in that predicament. So I agree. He's got to go. And
so
can you imagine? That'll give us more cap space.
But Jerome, can you imagine, though, you've got these kind of problems, and they were very serious, but yet you need to focus on football, which requires all your mental focus. That's got to be – I feel bad for him for that, though. You can't lose babies and come out and play your best football. That's really scary.
Right. Yeah. That's why his mind wasn't there. That's why he was all over the place. I mean, he wasn't there. I mean, it's like if you weren't there, okay, you shouldn't have came to the game, or you shouldn't have came to practice. Should have stayed home and said, look, coach, I can't do it no more. I got to be with my wife. How hard is that?
But remember, they gave him those weeks and weeks and weeks off. It didn't seem to help. I guess you can only wait so long. This is not the game that's going to be sympathetic toward that type of thing very long. So, yeah. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that was pretty clear, though. We knew. What are you going to do about Dante? I'm collecting Dante opinions from this also. Because Dante he's gotten on my last nerve, Sharon. Oh, Dante. God.
Listen, Dante, Solomon Thomas, Marcus Goodwin's already gone.
Yeah.
There was one more that I said. Well,
Did you mention Solomon?
Jimmy Ward because, Solomon. Jimmy Ward go to the Eagles. The rest of them will find somewhere else to go. Maybe they'll do fine, but, we need to build our team so we can get back in Super Bowl 55. I mean, this is business. No hard feelings.
Yes. And they all understand that. I mean, the players know. You can be gone anytime. You got to perform.
Some of them weren't showing inconsistency anyway, so, it's no hard feelings. Collect your paycheck. There's the door. Thank you for your service. Bye.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you cannot let wide receivers like E-Man Sanders go, actually. That is a very hard-working, dedicated man who plays through pain.
I think they're going to work a deal. I don't think they're going to want to trade Sanders or see him go. I think they're going to keep Sanders and re-sign him and let those other ones that weren't consistent and everything else go. And they're going to re-sign him.
Sharon, this is why I want you to shoot this down, because people talk to me like I'm crazy. Do you want A.J. Green on this team?
Hell no.
You said it with more authority than I did. I don't want no A.J. Green. Green wants all that money. He's going to come out there and play 5 minutes. Oh.
He's going to play 5 minutes. He's going to get hurt, or he's going to start whining like a baby that he is. We don't need no A.J. Green. And then all these bandwagons on Facebook talking about Jimmy G. Trade Jimmy G.
Oh.
You guys aren't really Niner fans if you're going to talk about Jimmy G. Obviously, you didn't know what the man did coming off of ACL, taking our team to the Super Bowl, and this was his first year back, and then we end in a 15-3 record. You're not a Niner fan. You need to go.
And I like that, Sharon.
Trade you to another team.
Trade fans. Sharon, who would you trade Jimmy G for? This is my favorite question. When people start trading Jimmy G, and who you would get? You gonna bring Stafford over here? Hey, Philip Rivers is free. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'll keep my Jimmy G.
That's what I'm saying.
Work something. I have to keep him. No,
42-year-old.
Jimmy G. Don't these bandwagons know. Jimmy G worked with the greatest. He worked with Tom Brady. He was underneath Tom Brady. He's going to be another Tom Brady next year. Watch and see.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want Tom Brady. Sharon, do you want Tom Brady?
I don't want him either. I was tired of all these people on Facebook talking about bring in Tom Brady and change Jimmy G. You guys need to go somewhere with this Tom Brady crap.
What do you got? You got 2-year window? Max? Oh, please.
I think the Raiders were ready to make a deal with him, giving him $60 million or something.
$60 million over 2 years.
Let him go to the Raiders.
That's it.
Let him go to the Raiders. Let Jimmy Ward go to the Eagles. And then take Solomon Thomas. Goodwin's already gone. Dante Pettis, you can go because you really didn't care about it. It looked like you didn't even care when the coach took you out anyway, so bye.
And Sharon, get ready, because here's the thing. During the preseason activities, if Dante's out there still blaséing around, they will cut him, or else they may trade him. Yeah, they pretty much
they may trade him because now we got Trent Taylor healthy foot. Then we got Jalen Hurd back healthy. So, I mean, Jalen Hurd's going to have a chance to prove himself this season. And then Trent Taylor, I think we're going to be just fine. Just get a couple more missing pieces, and I think we're going to be fine.
That's what I'm talking about. I kind of like that, too. How about your secondary? The Philadelphia Eagles are chomping at the bit to get a Jimmy Ward.
Well, we're not going to be able to... Jimmy Ward. We can replace him easy.
Yeah.
That's easy to replace.
Yeah.
Look at our what do you call it? The people in the where they can go in and re-sign them and replace Jimmy and bring them in. So, but we got some people.
Yeah, the thing is about Jimmy is in a Super Bowl team, I don't want to retrain a safety. That's a very important position. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is kind of hard to retrain. We need somebody that knows what they're doing and know where the ball is. So I agree with people about the LSU and the Wisconsin and all that. Go after them guys. Because I was just seeing something about them, too, that they were interested in.
Tavares might be ready. Tavares learned a lot of things last year. He's got all the tools. He's got to take better angles to cut people off. He should have learned some things from Jimmy last year.
He had a pretty good season. I mean, he had a couple of, snaps here and there, but I think he'll get better.
Yeah, I do too.
And I think we'll see KB back, and I think we'll see
Oh, yeah.
Sanders back.
Bourne is
There's gonna be some new
inexpensive,
faces.
and he's been rock
Yeah.
solid. He gets all people think about every drop he's made, but they forget about all the contributions and touchdowns he's made. Kendrick Bourne is solid. He never gets hurt.
Mhm.
That is amazing. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Raul, we got to go. I'll be back probably on Thursday or Friday for sure. All right? Yeah.
All right, Ronbo, I'll be looking out for you. Let's go, Niners.
Thanks, Raul. You have a good night.
All right. Bye.
Say hi to Mom, too.
You too, bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
I will. Bye-bye.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil. Come on in, Phil. I know you got some perspective. You know,
I've got all kinds of perspective.
Well, go ahead before we run out of time.
First of all, to the Empire, let's not get all wigged out. We were number 3 in returning starters of all the NFL. Okay, so we're number 3 team with returning starters. That means 2 teams had more returning starters than we do. So let's not get wigged out about our situation. Our situation is good. We were in the Super Bowl.
True.
And we have all these returning starters. Number 2, Jimmy Ward is probably going to be still with the Niners.
Hope so.
I agree with you that you don't want to bring in a rookie into that free safety position. I think it would be a disaster.
Yeah.
And you know what you're getting with Jimmy Ward? He's a sure tackler. He doesn't get the picks like some other safeties, but nobody beat him over the top, and our pass defense was not our problem. We were number 2 in the NFL in pass defense.
Mm-hmm. Gave the fewest amount of
our problem.
20 yards.
Our
Forget
problem was passing. That was our worst stat of anything we did. And you know, I love Emmanuel Sanders. I just think he's going to ask for too much money. And number 2, he doesn't have the top end speed.
Yeah.
And Deebo Samuel is a 4.5 guy. You know, we need someone around the 4.2 range to take the top off. If you watched the Super Bowl and really watched it, what was KC doing? They were bringing their safeties up tight. They weren't worried about our over the top, and that's what they were doing.
Yeah. Which, hey, Phil, you know, you allude to that, which may be the reason why we ran more than we used to. Remember when Goodwin was healthy, we were throwing that ball all day long the year before last.
You know, when Goodwin had his head together and was getting 1,000 yards receiving, and Jimmy was throwing to him deep.
Safeties weren't
we had a
dare
guy
not
over
move
the
up.
top.
Get smoked.
I don't know what Goodwin's status is. I just don't know. And like Trey was saying, he dropped some balls that were right in his hands. And I think he got in Shanahan's doghouse.
Yeah.
Same with Dante Pettis. So I don't know if Kyle even has confidence in those guys.
No, he doesn't. You know what he did to Dante? Gave him a permanent seat.
Forget the Joey Bosa talk. We don't need another Nick Bosa because, I mean, Armstead was the perfect counter to Nick and D Ford because he played the run really well and could get sacks. We need Armstead back
badly.
I just want to keep that defensive line intact. And the other thing I want to clarify is we're not cutting Dante Pettis and we're not cutting Solomon Thomas.
Oh, you think somebody posted up Solomon? Well, they haven't picked up his 5th-year option. Doesn't mean anything though, does it?
No. But this year he's still under contract, so you're not going to be able to get rid of that contract.
So it's not necessary to pick up his 5th-year option just yet.
No, you don't pick up the 5th-year option but
until after this season. I forgot how many years he's been here. 2017, 18. 19. Yeah, you're right. Right. It's not necessary to pick up anything. Goes,
what we were missing to back up to D Ford was Ronald Blair.
Oh, absolutely. And I lose track of that. I forget about that all the time. He played stellar last year.
I think we signed Ronald Blair. We probably get him at a discount because of his injury. We got D Ford. renegotiate D Ford's contract because the majority of it is not guaranteed. We renegotiate Jimmy G's contract because most of it's not guaranteed. We get a bunch of cap money there, and I'm thinking, if we do sign Jimmy Ward, we're not going to draft a safety.
Yeah, it would be a waste.
Wide receiver that can take the top off the defense, or a shutdown corner.
I like where you're going with that. I like this. Phil painted that picture to come back to. Yes, get that speed merchant.
And basically, you're when you get your draft choice, you're going to take the best guy on the board between a corner and a wide receiver.
At 31, that's. I mean, yeah.
Right.
Unless they trade down.
What
Phil,
Trey was talking about was a trade with the New York Giants, and move down like 5 slots, and then get a 3rd round pick and a 4th round pick, and that works out on the chart. But are the Giants willing to do that because they're rebuilding?
Yeah.
So you just don't know about trades in the draft. You have to have 2 players.
Phil, we don't
trade.
I just realized we don't deal with the Giants and the Raiders though, so I that's already out. they just won't deal with us. It's a tradition. Phil, we ran out of time though. Phil, I like this, Phil. I'll touch upon this subject again next.
But I'm betting wide receiver or corner, one of the two.
All right.
I'd say sign Jimmy Ward, sign Armstead, and we've got a solid
go for that
team
speed receiver. All right, Phil. I'll see you Friday or
All right,
Thursday.
Ronbo.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
Okay. Talk to you later.
And one thing great about Phil always has solid stuff behind his thinking. Hey, Dion.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Dion, speculation, man. I'm telling you, I'm all the analysts around the league say 49ers better get Delpit. But then I listen to Phil, and I think the 49ers, like he says, our history is to bring back all our guys. Because you got Parag Marathi. He's up there working things out, making people feel so good. They sign. Parag, whatever you got to work out, it's fine, man. I'll sign right here. I'll be back next year. Let's go. And we go ahead and get that speed merchant wide receiver. I just don't know who that would be. But, but what you got going on?
Oh, Ronbo, man, I've been listening to everybody, and there's been a few people that have hit on a few things. First things first, shout out to my boy Dre. Got to show him some love because he was killing on his point. But here's the thing, Ronbo. I'm looking at everything. We can cut 3 players and get up to $27 million in cap space now.
Just by cutting 3 people?
We can cut just by cutting 3 people. All we need to do is cut Jerick McKinnon. I've been wanting to cut him. Cut Marquise Goodwin.
It's possible.
And cut Tevin Coleman. That's 20, and we get up to $27 million. Coleman's contract is not guaranteed in any way, shape, or form.
A lot of people suggest that
if we cut him. And the thing is, you got to remember, if we cut Tevin Coleman and Jerick McKinnon, we still have Matt Breida, we still have Raheem the Dream, and we still have
Wilson
Jeff Wilson Jr. So I have no problems with having those guys. You know why? Raheem's already got 2. He's got this year and next year. We locked him up for dirt cheap. Breida's going to come cheap because he's always injured. Jeff Wilson was definitely signed for next to nothing because he just wants to play.
Why you pick on Breida like Matty B like that?
I'm not going to pick on Matty B like that. It's just very simple. You didn't do much playing time. You are an oft-injured player. So the thing is, it makes sense. And then when it comes to the kid that the other caller was raving about, Zach Braun. I did check him out. From NinersNation.com put up that they had us drafting this kid. This kid is a beast. He is a bad man.
What's his size?
I do my research, 6'3", 235.
That'll work.
So that's
he'll probably gain a few pounds with the 49ers anyway.
He'll have to gain. Yeah, he'll have to gain some weight if he's gonna kind of be an edge rusher. Because at the size he is right now, that's like Quan and Fred. But if he's gonna come off that edge, he's gonna need just a little extra weight to do it. But as far as free agency, no, we don't need AJ Green for what? For him to sit on sidelines and suck up cap space, not doing a damn thing? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But the sad part is with our GM, he seems to love injury-prone players. So let's hope that this doesn't come to fruition. But
well, you know what? Though, we don't have injury-prone. You mean when he first goes and gets them? Because Contavious Street, he does worry me. This is why Eric Armstead, it's almost essential. No, it's beyond that. Sign him, please.
I have to agree. We must sign Armstead. Another thing I was looking at with the salary cap thing is, unfortunately, even though none of us really care for him and we don't like him, cutting Dante Pettis would be a waste. And the reason being, because we owe him damn near all his money. His contract is pretty much all but guaranteed, but maybe 40, 50 grand. So we're not really saving money. If anything, if we could trade him and get a 5th or 6th round pick, that'd be awesome. As far as Contavious Street, cut him too. He's been sitting on the sidelines doing nothing, and that money can be delegated elsewhere. That's the thing. If we delegate our money properly to the right players, then we can be fine. And if Doug wants to go get a big payday, I understand it's a business.
Yeah.
Go do your thing.
It's
but at
worrisome.
the end of the day, if the Eagles are smart, they'll know he is injury prone. So don't pay him a ridiculous load of money and then be mad when he's on the sidelines. You've seen it with us for years, so it's obvious. But we got the wizard. I commented on your post on Twitter with Parag Marate's picture. We have the wizard of the contracts in there. We can relax.
I just
He's
wonder.
He's going to take care of all of this.
Yeah, I got to tell you something, D, real quick, though. Here's the thing. I wonder, Dub stayed really healthy all year long. Was Dub tired of playing the 49ers a couple of years because when it looked like we weren't going anywhere? How did he stay healthy? I mean, Dub was a rock all season long. You couldn't hurt him. He'd get hurt, lay down on the ground for a few minutes, go to the sideline, right back out on the field, right quick. So look at Dub. Boy,
sometimes when you're on that prove it deal, you got to give every little thing you have. You got to remember all the other years. I mean, even this year, right before we was about to start playing the season, what did he do? Break his damn collarbone.
Yeah. Scared the bejesus out of me. I'm pumping him up and he breaking collarbones.
Christ.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, look, my man Ronbo pumped him up, and look what Dub done to him, man. He'll make him look bad.
Oh, that was embarrassing. And I got attacked everywhere I went. I had to change my name.
Right.
It ain't Ronbo.
Hey, man, don't look. Parag is going to work all of these contracts out. I do agree that if we were to draft this kid Braun, then yes, we can go ahead and look at D Ford and go, we got somebody who's younger, who will go ahead and grow into his position, and he costs less than you do. D Ford should restructure his contract. If he's reluctant and he acts like he doesn't want to, okay, Mr. Ford, we see how you're working, but let me tell you this. You slip up once, we got you, because Parag already has parameters in his contract, I believe, after this year, that say we cut him and we don't owe him nothing.
There you go.
Not
D has spoken. D, we gonna go. Tell you what, hey, fam, check out Dion. Click on his name. He's got content going on and running down all these things he's talking about now. And D, this weekend, I can't wait to see it develops. This is that time of the year when you get these little sudden, as you read it. So let's see what happens next.
Oh, yeah. We shall see, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Thank you for the platform. I appreciate what you do.
Thanks, dude.
I got more content coming because just like you, I'm a 49ers junkie. I'm addicted. I cannot stop. I will not stop.
We don't play no just
we got to know what's going on.
That's right.
Yeah. There's no off season for us.
All right, fam. I look forward to a couple days.
Have a good night, brother.
You too.
All right.
Adios. And let's go to Santana. Santana. Dun, 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 dun.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing today, man?
Oh, man. I was knew the news was going to come in, First thing I noticed was Jimmy Ward is a huge target for the Philadelphia Eagles. I said, even if you don't like one of our guys, you don't want nobody else. Don't be coming around here knocking. It's like, you go to a party or something with your wife or your lady, and some dude comes over and walking over there talking to her. Hey, what's up, man? It's don't be messing with our players, man. I don't even want to read about it.
Well, Well, let me tell you something. If the Eagles want Jimmy Ward, man, they could come get him.
They might, because they could offer more money.
Man, I just feel like Jimmy Ward is not that type of player, man, that the Niners want, in defense, which is physicality. Oh. And every time he is physical, he seems to get injured.
Yeah, but Santana, so. That was the most vicious. Jimmy was vicious last. That dude Jimmy grabbed the dude. The dude wasn't getting away. One thing about him, if there's anything the Dub is famous for, is making the play. If he grabs you, game, that's it. If you don't get away, he'll hold you until his boys get there. If there's one thing he does well, he doesn't ball hawk as well as I wish he would, but as far as making plays, making tackles, he's pretty good at that actually.
Yeah, he is, but like some other callers said, and I've seen him. He's been injured.
Oh yeah,
and it's just a matter. It's just a matter of time before he gets injured again. Just like that one hit he took from Patrick Mahomes. So
see what I'm saying? Even Mahomes got upset. Good hit. I was wondering what Mahomes like, but yeah, he got back up.
After that, he got back up, but he didn't come back in, did he?
No, he came back. He's back about 2 plays later. He played the whole game.
I'm just done with Jimmy Ward, man. You know who I really like, man? I like Xavier McKinney, man.
I was to say there are draft options, but they don't have no experience. And I got a feeling the 49ers are going to make a run at this again next year because they're really pissed off because they know they were the better team. There's no way the Chiefs should have won that game except for the meltdown in the final minute and the one play. If Mosley is a little more experienced, this is why experience is always a big deal. If Mosley's just a little bit experienced, we're not even having this conversation. They don't make that play downfield, and the 49ers win that game. That was the turning point. Damn it. But anyway.
But who do you like Jimmy Ward? Would you take Jimmy Ward over Xavier McKinney if you had that option?
Xavier McKinney, is he a draft pick?
He's a safety, yeah. He's a top safety.
No, yeah. Okay. Right now, yeah, I'd take Ward over McKinney and anybody else in the draft because NFL and college ball is two different things, right? So he's got to come in and he's got to show that the big game ain't too much for him. If he does, yeah, we'll take him. He's cheaper. But he needs to be brought in first to see what he's got because you get a lot of rookies that come in and they look like all world before they come to the league. And then all of a sudden they look like, uh-oh.
Every time I see tape from Xavier McKinney, man, he's everywhere, and it looks like he wants that contact too. Like he doesn't shy away, and and that kind of fits the mold of the 49ers defense physicality.
True.
But
he probably just needs a little training.
If it's not a safety, we need a linebacker for sure because I feel like our linebacker depth is not that deep, So maybe a young first round linebacker that we might need, maybe like that Zach Bond, like you guys were talking about earlier, and or Patrick Queen, something like that.
Yeah. What though? The linebacker crew. How about if you're gonna go if you're gonna keep 31 and not trade down? How do you feel about our wide receivers? Do we need speed?
We need speed. We definitely need speed, and I feel like that kind of affected us in the Super Bowl because there was no one to go deep to. Jimmy could throw deep or keep that defense on their toes. I feel like, for me, my opinion, I feel like there's not too many speed guys out there, and I feel like Kyle Shanahan knows that.
Yeah.
And he's going to keep Marquise Goodwin, no matter if he performs or not. I feel like he's going to keep Marquise Goodwin. And another thing, what's it called? Dante Pettis, he has to go. He needs to go. I'm just done with Dante Pettis. He's had too many chances, and I think Kyle Shanahan knows that too.
The thing is, this is only the third year. They won't give up on a rookie that easily. But he does think of a roster spot.
Come on, Ronbo. It's his third year.
You and I agree. I'm just saying. I know how they're thinking. We traded up to get him. 14 spots. He's in his second year. Sometimes players need a little time to develop. I doubt very seriously whether they're going to get rid of him. And he's on a rookie contract, so he's not expensive. It's just all kind of things working against getting rid of him.
Yeah, so for me, this is how I feel like it's going to go. If they sign Jimmy Ward, they're going to go for a wide receiver in the draft.
And if they don't sign Jimmy Ward, they're going to go out for a safety in the draft because they need a safety regardless.
They will.
And and another thing, I was looking up. I remember there was a guy, and when Solomon Thomas got drafted, his name was Jamal Adams. Man, I wanted that guy during that 2017 draft.
And seems the Jets
we let him go.
Well, it seems the Jets are willing to trade him. The rumor is, well, we'll see. Santana, we gotta go, fam. I'll be back Thursday or Friday.
One more thing.
Real quick
about Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo got us to the Super Bowl, and I feel he was 80%. He wasn't fully QB. He got us to the Super Bowl with 80%, and I just feel give him one more year, he's gonna be fine.
Wait.
He's a starting quarterback.
The haters are going to get up off of Jimmy so fast, it's going to look like one of them WWE matches where the dude is going wild and one of them battle royals, throwing bodies off him out the ring. I'm telling you, a year makes a difference in Kyle Shanahan's system. You got to go a year with them. Nobody comes in and just plays great football under Kyle Shanahan the first year. Nobody. And after coming off that ACL injury, you watch.
Yeah,
they'll see.
That confidence back.
Oh, hell no. All right, fam. I'll see you Thursday or Friday, okay?
All right, man. You have a good one.
You do set that up. Night, Phil. Uh-oh, there he is. And now, one of the founding members, in fact, the man who coined the phrase, TNT. He is Trey from VA.
Finally. And I do mean finally.
Trey, it's been too
Brother
long.
Ronbo, how you doing, sir? How you doing, sir?
This is really great. I'm getting over
It's good that we can come together.
Yeah.
Shout out to the TNT family. Shout out to you, Brother Ronbo, and production.
Thank you, too.
It's been rather cute and cuddly around here since we lost the Super Bowl, Ronbo. And I don't like it one bit.
Losing the Super Bowl, good point.
No, but you know what? This is the off season. This is TNT season. This is when we have a lot of fun. We throw around a lot of theories and speculation.
Argument material.
Here's one thing, though, Ronbo, that I don't like. There was a clear lack of speed on that field on our behalf in the Super Bowl on offense. On offense, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs played us as about as cheap as a $2 steak. It's tough, you know.
No respect.
You know,
safety's playing up close.
And yet everybody's ready to just throw away Marquise Goodwin. Shout out to my partner. We're ready to just throw him away. Rombo, can we not restructure his contract and save $3 million? He's only making $4 million.
I wonder if he'd be willing to do that and give him some incentives in the contract.
Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? And make it an incentive later, something that wouldn't. Incentives don't count against the cap, right, Rombo? So if we were decided to,
that's why you do. Yeah, that's why you do that.
Maybe we could help him out. But then there's other blasphemy that I'm hearing. This J-Dub club is outrageous. You know, and I've been silent long enough.
And listen, he's getting ready to move next to you soon, so get ready. He's going to be out the East Coast soon.
I want you guys to pack up and go exactly where he goes to, okay? Because he's out of here. There is a big difference. You talking about people are crazy over Marquise Goodwin's little $4 or $5 million when you could get about $8 million saved from Jimmy Ward. Let me just say this. Tavarius Moore, Rombo. Yes, he took some bad angles. Shout out to Dre. But that boy also is the fastest player we have on defense, Rombo.
Yeah, I know. He runs a 4.3.
It's embarrassing that we have that type of speed and couldn't get that on the field. And then when he did get on the field against the Chiefs, what did he do, Rombo? He came over with the interception, right?
Yeah, he did, didn't he? That's right.
He did, didn't he? And that's what an eraser is supposed to do.
Still questionable. That offense, that PI. What?
Anyway. I have a problem, and this isn't about Marquise Goodwin's ability. Sometimes people don't see. It's about his ability to get others open. George Kittle is not running deep over the middle and taking it to the house anymore because nobody's running ahead of him and taking away the safety. And that's what people don't understand. You're not getting those George Kittle 70-yard plays because there's the safety's right there in his face because they don't have to respect him. And here's another thing. I'm not saying he would have held on to it, but if that's Marquise Goodwin instead of
Jimmy G does not
Sanders,
overthrow Marquise, exactly.
He might be walking into the end zone doing his little sprint.
God.
Olympic celebration, and because speed doesn't grow on trees, Ronbo.
No.
Can you find it? Is it under a rock? So I know that we're not going to do it long because our spawn lines are hot, but I just think that we need to consider, and I'm not saying keep them, but we got to find speed because, Ronbo, where are you going to get it from? Teams aren't just giving it away.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to continue to crowd the field until we get somebody to make them stop it.
And here's one more thing I'll say before we get up out of here, Ronbo. Robert Saleh, we're going to have to talk this offseason because I'm going to need you to switch up something. We need to start playing a little bit more too high safety to cover up for Richard Sherman's lack of speed.
Hey, they did do that, though.
We need to protect him. We need to protect him a little bit. We need to put we can't have Sammy Watkins going over the top because Sherman doesn't have anybody to help him. And we have the linebackers to help cover underneath. See, a lot of teams don't want to play too high because they don't have the speed at linebacker. We got that. I think we'll be good. So, appreciate you, Ronbo. We're going to get up out of here.
And, Trey, I wish you'd have told Emmanuel Mosley that when he charged toward the line of scrimmage.
Ronbo, I have a very special let me holler at you for him.
Emmanuel!
On Friday. Because when you're playing cover 3, you cannot, under any circumstances, be peeking in at a 15-yard end, a slant. A 12-yard slant wasn't going to hurt us. Jimmy Ward is looking up like, where's my corner at? And he even, if you watch the film, he tapped his chest and he looked right at Jimmy Ward and Richard Sherman. He said, "That's my fault."
He knows
because it was his.
And a mental breakdown at that time. You don't retreat toward the end.
He hadn't done that all season, Ronbo.
You
but
learned
he
that
had
so
that
early in football.
No, that's how he got his interception against Green Bay. He came behind the receiver and he was able to pick up the tip up. So he's been doing that all season in Kansas City.
But he played the quarterback right.
Ronbo, you got to give Andy Reid some credit too. Though that's the best cover 3 beater I've ever seen in my life. Like literally, as soon as you influence that safety to go across the field and then to cut it back with all that speed, that's just evil. And we need to practice. And we need to under no circumstances do. And that's what I mean when I say a little bit more too high safety. Because if you play too high safety on that, Jimmy Ward's in position to pick that pass off instead of having him.
Because he did it in better position to make so. Because Jimmy looked up and seen the ball.
Right,
that ball was up in there 30 minutes. Okay, you know what? Let me not get into that again.
Yeah, we're not going to.
Trying to get over.
I know. Shout out to you, brother Ronbo. Shout out to the TNT family. There will be a lot of speculation this offseason. I will say this, Ronbo. If we do not get speed this offseason, we will be sorely mistaken. And I think John and Kyle are going to take care of that. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. Always great to hear from you, Trey. Don't make us wait so long.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, fam.
And the nice thing is, this is Trey's time of year, so we won't have to wait too long. He'll be back. Especially if somebody says something too cute and cuddly. Oh, God. Yay, Joe. Come on in, Big Joe.
What's up, Ronbo?
Joe, every time we start the evening, we always start out with a certain thing we're going to hit on, and then it starts to expand. And now the sore spot, as we get right back to the Super Bowl, is with that 31 pick, right? Because we do worry about our wide receivers, as I mentioned earlier, because only 2 of them are known to be healthy bodies that are going to be there or don't have money issues. And in the secondary, we may lose that safety. We may lose J-Dub to the Eagles because I don't know what they plan on paying him, but it's going to be nice.
Don't you stop with that Eagles stuff. You know I'm in Philadelphia. Don't you stop with that Eagles stuff.
Jody,
right,
you might see Dub walking up and down the streets of Philadelphia, him and Bruce Springsteen singing together. Oh, God.
Well, let's start it right, like I normally started. Shout out to the Empire. Shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to all the 49er fans around the world. But look, we are in a good position, guys. Everybody seems like they panicking tonight, angry about something.
I know, right? You know how we do.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm still angry about the Super Bowl and everything, but I mean, my main focus is we are in a good spot because we got leverage over a lot of these guys. Because Jimmy Ward don't have no leverage. 1 year is not going to cut it. You was injury prone, bro. You got to take what we going to offer you if you trying to come back here. You act like you're not going to get no good money. You're going to get good money. Like I said, Armstead, we're going to be able to, we probably end up franchise tagging him. So we save some type of money or something like that. But we in a good place because I played professional basketball overseas, guys.
All right.
And the main thing that you got to have is liking your teammates and being on the same page. This team loves each other and is on the same page. It was a lot of rookie mistakes like Emmanuel Mosley, and then everybody was talking about Goodwin not catching the ball against Seattle earlier. I remember them games, but we're in a good leverage spot right now. And don't forget, we got Hurd coming back. Everybody panicking like we don't got somebody that they said is better than Debo. And Debo is just going to be a Pro Bowler next year.
I know
so
it.
We're in a good leverage position right now. We're in a good leverage position.
And you know something you mentioned, too, about that cohesion and chemistry and things like that? Because Robert Saleh, and if anything, Dub owes Saleh and everybody else on that staff for never giving up on him. As a matter of fact, you got me going now. Dub better not take no contract from the Eagles. You take whatever they give you in San Francisco.
Yeah, and he already said he wanted to come back here.
Anyway.
So, look, for him to want to go play in the cold to have more injuries than playing in the warm, if he want to go ahead and do it because the Eagles ain't going nowhere.
And they're not going to, because it's the Eagles that want Dub. I've not heard about any response from him, but the Eagles they're really pumping it up about how bad they want Dub.
They can pump it up all they want to. That's a good situation, a good and a gift and a curse we in because when you go to the Super Bowl, unfortunately we didn't win it. You know, he was on a contract year this year, so that's why he played so hard. Before that, we didn't get nothing out of him.
Yeah,
we didn't get nothing out of him.
But hurt.
So we are in a good, but hurt all the time. And now Hurd got hurt in the draft. We need to fall out, like you've been saying. Try to get 2 second-round picks for somebody to move up. Plenty of wide receivers, plenty of cornerbacks in the draft, and in free agency. You don't think some people going to want to come here to take money cuts because they see what's about to happen? They see what's about to happen. And Jimmy, and like you've been saying your points about Jimmy Garoppolo in the system, he is going to be better next year. Everybody, please listen to me. The man had a bad season in our terms as a San Francisco quarterback and almost threw for 4,000 yards.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me? You would not take that. You would not take that. Everybody in the chat, Ronbo, please tell me you would not take that.
Take it in a heartbeat. On a team that ran the ball more than anybody in the NFL, he came up with 4,000 yards. You better recognize. That ain't easy.
You better And he's going to have another year under Shanahan's system. They're going to come out so pissed off next year and focused that we're going to be sitting like, oh, my God, who is this? Who is this team? They look better than last year.
And just maturity alone, Big Joe. Maturity alone and them growing up a little further in the system, in the NFL a little longer. These are the things that I pointed out last year. I said, y'all, we ain't going to no Super Bowl just yet. We got to wait a little more maturity. Well, they went further than anybody would have expected, and they overachieved. Now they're ready.
And they are rookies. Emmanuel Mosley was a rookie. You know what I'm saying? So Sanders will come back. He wants to play with this team because he sees what's about to happen. You can see it. I can see it. Everybody can see it. I just don't understand how we get hated on so much. This is ridiculous. But it's all right. We're going to be fine.
More about that. And you know what it could be, Big Joe? It could be the politics. We have, down through the past 2 years, we've had people that say things that inflame them good old boys.
Or they just don't want Garoppolo. They don't want Garoppolo to be better than Tom Brady. And whoever said Tom Brady was the GOAT, the GOAT reside in San Francisco, number 16.
Thank you.
Remember that.
Tom is, I can't hate on Tom. You know, for his generation, he is probably the GOAT. But the GOAT has to get renamed. The next GOAT is probably going to be over in Kansas City. Because I want to see somebody.
If Jimmy Garoppolo got something to say about it.
Yeah, he could be.
Yeah, he got something to say about it. Now, this is going to be a proven year for him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like you need to get me too. All right, Ronbo, man, take it easy.
All right, man.
We're going to be
stuff,
all right.
Big Joe.
The draft, offensive lineman, wide receiver, and quarterback. We need to plug them 3 pieces in: a speedy wide receiver, a speedy corner, and a lockdown corner, and another offensive lineman. We're gonna be straight. Y'all have a good night. 49ers for life, baby. You know that.
Appreciate you, Big Joe. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Big Joe laying down the stuff. Kelly Yamaguchi, we haven't seen her all season long, and I love it. The first thing she does is come in and take a piece of Texas boy out. Kelly, you gave him too many wins. The Cowboys are going to be going 8-8. But Eric Code 424. I hope you're not in Texas. Cowboys getting mad about the hot boys. Hey, Texas at 424. I'm sorry, you're not 424. Hello. 424. And Gabriel, not only Cap, but Richard Sherman, as of late, is not helping things as far as that hate. Hey, 424, hello. We'll come back at 424. Ellis. Shalio.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Shalio, wide receiver, cornerback, safety. These are things that are everybody's trying to figure out on this, what do we call it, Monday. It's mock draft Monday. And then, of course, our situation with, we've got 2 guys that we for sure know are going to be wide receivers next year in the 49ers organization. It's scary to think about. But, Shalil, what's going on with you?
How about them cowgirls? How about them Seacock? How about them Trader Raider Jones? Have you been hearing about the Raiders, man? They want a 2-year contract on that old man on
60
crutches right now, Tom Brady.
$60 million. Brady would love it in Vegas.
Goodness.
He doesn't need money, though, Shalil. That's what's really funny.
How stupid is their organization?
No, well, not quite as bad as the Rams, though. The Rams gave up what
for
Jalen Ramsey?
Really stupid.
They gave up so much for Jalen Ramsey, and now they don't have any money to pay that.
They have no future. They're gonna be crap for a long time.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the next weeks ahead. They're going to be more entertaining to watch them crash and burn than us get things back together. This is hilarious stuff. Oh, God. But anyway, what do you think? 31. Do you trade it down? Did you go for Delpit if he's there at 31? Do you trade down and get more picks? And what about our situation with safeties playing up close because they have no respect for the wide receiver speed? It's kind of what? I mean, it had an effect on George Kittle's game this year. But go ahead.
Jimmy Ward had a good year this year, but, he's really battling for a contract. So if he gets overtaken in bidding war, we shouldn't interfere in that bid. I think we should get rid of him.
They won't.
And
they won't get into bidding war. They won't do it. Well, Jimmy knows.
We should either trade for Jamal Adams and give them one of the draft picks, or we should go for Grant Delpit. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Or that Xavier McKinney guy that guy was talking about earlier, the other caller. But we got to keep in mind, we did have an Alabama guy by the name of Reuben Foster.
We can't be prejudiced about Bama players. So, hopefully, everybody who comes out of Bama has not lost their mind and has bad choices in ladies. God, that still bothers. You brought that up, Shalil. I'm trying to get over Reuben. Damn, he bothered me. Reuben, what the hell did you do? Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And with the wide receiver, I think we need a new kick returner. We need to put Richie James at the wide receiver position. Since Dante Pettis is over there looking at color me mine hair and looking at kitty cats. I think we should get rid of Dante Pettis, Goodwin, and Emmanuel and plug in Trent Taylor and Jalen Hurd. Also Richie James.
See, the thing is, Dante doesn't cost any money. So, it's, yeah. I think the 49ers...
We could keep him around, and Shanahan needs to bully him a little bit more because he's got too much privilege in this team. Like, he's been acting too much. Like not too much, but he's just been doing his own little thing. They need to put more dog into him, Rumbo.
You know, Shalil, though, I wonder what kind of cycle... I mean, it's like the thing you need to go to a specialist and talk to him and see how you handle Dante. I wonder if does he even react to you know when you and I play ball or anybody we know play ball, you knew when the coach was on your ass, you need to do something about it, right? I get the feeling Dante, I wonder what he thinks when the coach is getting on his ass. Because I didn't see anything improve. Or does he go into a fetal position? Because there's guys like that, too. He looked a lot better in his rookie year than he did last year. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not too sure. His second year wasn't that great, but his first year was really good.
Right.
He was all over the place, even that Vikings game. But I don't know what happened. I think he got too comfortable. I don't know what happened.
Is it that?
I think he might have got too comfortable. He was like, "Oh, okay, this team is gonna go, they're gonna win 2 games or 3 games. I'm just gonna do my thing and play whatever." No.
Man,
we're not like that around here.
If that's the way he thinks, though, then yeah, he's in the wrong place. Yeah. But, you know, in our locker room, the strength is within that locker room, and everybody supports you. That's why they're all up on the same page, and they all got the same mentality and attitude, you know? This is why, Dante, were you standing outside when they were getting it together? I don't understand. Because he doesn't seem like he fits in with the group, you know what I mean? If you're a Dante fan, I'm not hating on Dante. I'm a Dante fan. I know he has better capabilities, and I want to know why he won't display them. That's my only problem.
Yeah, there's something going on with him. But 2 teams that we got to be worried for next season is the Arizona Cardinals and the Seahawks.
Same here. Well, the Hawks, I'll see what they do in the draft and free agency. They got a little money
because
now.
We don't have to worry about the Lambs. The Lambs are done. They're going to be under us.
God, they're in trouble. Oh,
they're ripped.
Damn, they're in
trouble. They
trouble.
are ripped. We don't have to worry about them. We're going to have to worry about the Cardinals and the Seahawks.
Yeah,
because they got 2 running quarterbacks.
And they got money and
high
draft picks.
And we have a problem with running quarterbacks.
Hey, Chanel, maybe not next year. We've seen it enough now. Mahomes didn't get loose until the 4th quarter, and he wasn't running. He was throwing. And if Manuel Mosley, okay, let's not go back there. Chanel, I'm going to see you Thursday or Friday, okay?
Okay, Rumbo, shout out to the Niner Empire. You have a good night.
You too, fam. Appreciate you.
Platform.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you.
Night. Let's go back to 424 and see what 424.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah, who is this?
What's going on, Ronbo? This is Niner Mike, Ronbo.
I was just saying your name. It sounds familiar. Niner Mike, forget about it. What are you hiding? I said Niner Mike's got. It's Niner Mike.
I'm not hiding, Ronbo. I'm not hiding. I'm just not as strong as all he is on here.
Oh,
I needed a week before I could even talk about the friggin' game, and then I needed another week before I could even talk to anyone else about the game.
Oh, I hear you.
And so here it is. So I might be a little off topic tonight, but
that's all right. Whatever you got to say is acceptable. We're fine with that because you know what? We were too close to lose that game. We were 90%. We had the game. They let it go. The Chiefs didn't beat the 49ers up. The 49ers gave it up. Damn them.
Oh, Ronbo. You know, I try to explain to people because, you know, they says, oh, well, you know, you lost the Super Bowl against the Ravens a few years ago. I was like, you don't understand.
Like you want to talk about that.
We were losing that whole friggin' game. You know what I mean? So if we would have won that game, it would have just been a great comeback. You know,
it would have been us like the Chiefs.
Away,
exactly.
Yeah, to be 6 minutes away from the friggin' 6th Lombardi Trophy, Ronbo, and to have it just ripped out like that, I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. And you know what? I'm gonna put it to rest as far as for what I saw, and that is Jimmy G just flat out choked, Ronbo, period. He choked point blank, period. I don't care what anybody else says. Not going to change my mind on it. I looked at the game. I watched it several times.
Oh, how could you do that? I've not watched it again since that day. I heard about it.
I had to. It took me a few days. That's why I haven't called in. It's been 2 weeks. It took me a few days, but I had to watch it. And that's it. Kyle, the only one thing I'm going to say about Kyle is he didn't give Debo the ball in the fourth quarter.
That's my problem right there.
That's it. As far as that's concerned, they didn't stop that reverse toss one time the whole friggin' game. Not even one time. He was averaging, I think it was 15 yards a clip on that play. We could have just ran that play all the way down and scored another touchdown.
And that would have made it easy to throw the ball too, because then they would have been scared about Debo.
But when you look at the game, when you look at it from the end zone cams and the tall cams, Jimmy G choked. He just choked. The only time he didn't choke was when he got the ball batted down by Chris Jones. That was it. That was the only time where he seen George wide open and he was actually throwing to him and he just batted the ball down. Other than that, there was about 3 or 4 other times that he just flat out missed the guy. At point blank period. He missed the guy. You can't say nothing else about it. I don't care. I like Jimmy G.
But you're right. He looked off. That one that George had to dive for, that wasn't good. I don't know what happened to him that day. Yeah, I still know.
It wasn't. He just choked. He threw that pass to Emmanuel Sanders 2 weeks before to beat the Rams. It's the exact same play. Same route.
Which
same
works
defense.
normally. Yeah.
And he just airmailed it 5 yards past where it was supposed to go, Ronbo. I just don't even I can't even wrap my mind around that. But the other ones, though, the ones where we missed George over the middle twice when the game was on the line where it really mattered, and one of them, I listened to a show a while back from you, and you alluded to it. One of those, he would still be running right now. He would still be running. He'd be running with Forrest Gump. He'd be running all the way to the friggin' end zone. And I just can't. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. But
Mike,
the reality of it is, Jimmy G.
I tell you what, Mike, let me just give you this to help you out a little bit with this, because you see, the thing is, there's something weird about how Jimmy played after he got his bell rung on that helmet-to-helmet shot that the referees act like they didn't see. No,
the referee calls were horrendous.
Yeah.
The referee calls were horrendous. They were on one play. I literally watched them tackle Buckner and Armstead on the same exact play. They just tackled them. They just flat out friggin' tackled them.
They were holding Nick all day long.
I don't think I could remember a game, honestly, thinking about it, going back. I don't think I remember a single game all season long where our defense didn't draw at least one holding penalty by the other team's offensive line. Not one. I can't think of a single game because that's just what it was. You were either going to give up a sack or you were going to hold them, and that was going to happen at least once a game.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike, for them to not even
Mike,
throw the ball.
I know what you're saying, but you know what? The thing is, if the refs were going to let them play, and I figured that's what they were doing, why they wouldn't make those calls, then don't call that friggin' play against George Kittle. Yeah, if you're not going to make calls, then don't make any calls.
That's why you can't say that. That's why I can't say that when people, they were letting them play. Okay, yeah, they were letting them play until we wanted to play.
Oh, yeah.
Then they weren't letting them play because that wasn't you don't call that push off in the Super Bowl, Ronbo. In the Super Bowl, they call that.
But yet and still, the offsides, which was clear to everybody, we don't call that. That offsides play?
Yeah, on the same play, and that was the worst part. That was
exactly.
Oh,
they don't make that deep shot down the field because they got to punt the ball. Oh,
yeah, that play was that was one of the worst ones, Ronbo, because not only did they jump off sides, but then Jimmy G clearly got racked out of bounds, and they didn't call neither of them. I mean, it was just horrible. But forget the officiating, because here's the bottom line. The bottom line is, when it mattered most, Kyle Shanahan drew it up, called it up.
And we still had a chance to win in spite of all the BS.
Couldn't deliver.
Yep.
He just couldn't deliver, Ronbo. That's point blank period.
I don't know. Jimmy shouldn't be folding under pressure in the Super Bowl because he's been there before, even if he wasn't on the field. But let's see what Jimmy G looks. I'm giving him. I can't wait till next season. He's already had a full year under Shanahan. He knows
everything
now.
And I'm going to say this too. And I didn't want to hear it, but when I'm watching the game there, and my wife tells me, the other part is when we didn't go for that 4th and 2. She looked at me when we kicked that field goal, and she just said, we might have just lost the game. I said, what are you talking about? We might have just lost the game. She's like, we should have went for it.
Yeah.
We should have went for it. And that's coming from my wife, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean? My freaking broad sitting there looking at this, knowing what's going on, and yet the guy that's getting paid whatever it is, $5 million, he couldn't see that because Andy Reid didn't think about it. How many times they go for it on 4th down? What, 3 times, Ronbo, they went for it on 4th down?
Mike, we got to stop, man. We got to stop.
All right. I'm going to let you go, Ronbo. Listen, next time I talk, we could try to talk about the future, but I just wanted to just call in and put my thoughts on it.
It's all good.
And all the rest of you is Niner faithful, Niner Empire. Keep your heads up. I'm trying to do the same. We're still what we are, and that's it. You know what I mean? And hopefully next year we could do it again.
There you go. All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo. You have a good night, all right?
You too. Looking forward to hearing from you later. Bye-bye. Oh, God. See, this is why I try not to talk about the Super Bowl. It really pisses me off, some of the things that happen. Anyway, hey, 510, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, who is this?
This is Jamal.
Your name is Jamal?
Vimal.
Oh, Zimal.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Zimal.
Yeah.
Well, Zimal. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think we should trade down because we can get the most value from the 2nd round picks.
All right.
And we should draft secondary because in the 4th quarter when our pass rushers are getting tired, our secondary couldn't hold up.
True.
And we really need a quarterback coach for Jimmy because he's making rookie mistakes. I feel like he's not reading. There's a bunch of wide open people.
Yeah.
And stuff. And
I agree. Sometimes he reads the field. I do wonder, what is he looking at? Well, usually, did you notice those, Jamal? He does down through the last few weeks of the season, he was bad in the beginning of the year. But you notice as the season progressed, he got better and better. This has a lot to do with actually knowing Shanahan's offensive system. This is what we're going to come to understand. He got better because he was starting to comprehend the system better, where guys are supposed to be, placement, and things like that. There's a lot of things you have to do in Shanahan's system that calls for timing and placement. You're throwing wide receivers open and things like that. Jimmy was throwing defensive backs and linebackers open. That doesn't work that way. As also, as receivers got to be on the same page too. It's a network of movements that have to happen simultaneously. That's how precise Shanahan's system is. If anybody screws up, there were times when it may have not been Jimmy's fault as much as the receivers. That's why he did so well with George Kittle, who had the system completely down. Samuel, same thing. Did you notice how he'd be floating across the middle of the field? Jimmy would throw that ball out ahead of him. He'd run right into it. Those are the kind of things that are going to come together with everybody on the offensive unit, hopefully. And that's why Matty Ice in his second year, which Shanahan was the MVP. That's the magic that has to take place. I think we'll see that more next year. But a quarterback coach, yeah, maybe, because he needs attention all the time.
Yeah, and Salah needs to change some stuff up because the Chiefs knew what we were calling. In that 3rd and 15 play, they were running a cover 3 beater, and we were running cover 3, and yeah, got it. And as for the division, as for the division, I'm not afraid of Arizona or the Rams. They're Vance Joseph is the defensive coordinator.
I know. There's some guys can get beaten up, isn't there?
Cardinals, yeah. And the Rams, they don't know how to run their organization at all.
That's the gospel truth, isn't it? Giving up all them first-round draft picks. And you don't have enough money to pay the guy you're trading for. That's just ridiculous. $100 million contract. Where are you going to get that?
Like for the NFC, I feel like Philly's like the only competitive team like that could compete with us.
Who? Who'd you say?
Philadelphia.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because like Dallas, Dak Prescott went 8-8 with the best offensive line and pretty good receivers, and he went 8-8 and an all-world running back. And you go 8-8. You couldn't beat Carson Wentz with nothing.
Or the Giants. Did the Giants beat them too? The Cowboys are fun. And the Cowboys' biggest trouble is Jerry Jones thinking he could run an organization. He needs to get a GM. These guys, Jones is. If the Cowboys called me and said, "Hi, this is Jerry Jones. You want to play for my Cowboys?" Who? Jones. Jerry Jones. You must have the wrong number. Hell no, I don't want to play the Cowboys. Unless you're going to move out of your position. Jerry Jones will keep that team underwater for the rest of the time he's alive. And he's, 80-something years old or something like that? They'll never win as long as Jerry Jones is running that team. I love it. Texas boy, put that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm sorry, go ahead. What else?
Also, there's a YouTuber. His name is Master at Work. He made like a 22-minute video showing that the Super Bowl is rigged, and he's a Patriots fan.
That's rich. A Patriot fan saying things are fixed in the Super Bowl? Go ahead. What else?
Yeah. I think the NFL...
I got to see this video, though.
Yeah.
The Patriots have won how many Super Bowls in the last few years? So if a Patriot fan is actually saying that things are rigged, that's scary. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's called A Master at Work.
A Master at Work. Okay. Let me write that down. I got to see this. Zamal, Zamal, we're going to go. And
okay.
Great to meet you, too. I'll get back in here. We'll be back Thursday or Friday, okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right, Jamal.
Busy, so.
Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Thanks, sir.
There's Jamal who brought some humor, took a shot at the Cowboys. Anytime anybody's got some comedy about the Cowboys, the Rams, the Raiders, please share. First round pick this year, first round pick next year, and a fourth round pick. Just give us Jamal. All right? Here comes Jamal. Y'all gonna pay me my money too. Jamal, don't worry about your money. We can still get into the playoffs. Let's go. Boom! 49ers versus Rams. It's a pass downfield. And the safety got confused. Jalen Ramsey's looking at the safety as if, what are you doing? 49ers win. Look at that face on Sean McVay. $100 million. Oh, I'm sorry. Shay.
Ronbo.
Oh, God. Shay, we are surrounded by comedy. We just have to make sure we don't fall back into that shop. God. But Shay, what's up, man?
How you doing, Ronbo? None. I'm just. Can you hear me good?
No, I'm listening. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you know what's up. We're looking at the free agency situation. We got the draft. We got the 31st pick and all that fun stuff. And I know you got some opinions on it.
Oh, absolutely, Ronbo. You know I do.
Go ahead, Shay. We're listening.
All right. Hello. Okay.
Yo, no, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, Ronbo.
Yo, no, I'm listening.
Just listen to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Just listen to everybody's, thoughts and opinions and stuff. And, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent in this draft. It's very wide receiver heavy. So, there's that. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do with the free agents. There's a lot of things that the 49ers can do: restructuring contracts, cutting players before April. So just a lot of things they can do, Ronbo. I mean, I've been on, I think the best thing to do is have as much people that can lower that cap so we can try to retain as much players as we can for next year. And I think everybody talked about, everybody along, even like DeMontre Moore, I want him to come back for a rotational piece. Obviously, signing Ronald Blair. I would like, with Ronald Blair's ACL and his rehab, hopefully, like, he can come back mid-season. I don't want to, like, rush him back too much. So I just don't know if he will still be the same impactful player with that knee. That's one. But, I mean, I'm still willing to take a shot because Ronald Blair has just been an unsung hero for us for a long period of time.
He got hurt. What week was that? He got hurt in the Hawks
game.
He got
hurt week 10. Yeah, he got hurt week 10 the Hawks game.
That's
and
late.
He went to go tackle. He was fast enough though. I mean, he caught Russell Wilson trying to scramble for first down. He got him, but then Russell Wilson stopped, and then like he had to like buckle his knee, and he's like almost did like kind of like a front flip a little bit.
Yep.
And then that's when he, his knee like gave out on him or whatever. So. But yeah, Ronbo. I mean, I'm looking at this kid from TCU, something Rags or Rieger or whatever. He's a little speedster. Henry Ruggs. I don't think Henry Ruggs is gonna be available. But Rob, I could bet my house, or I heard you on Friday talk about you bet the farm. I don't think the 49ers keep the first round pick. And I don't even think it's just to acquire more picks. I just think that the salary cap drop off from the first round to the second round is so significant that I think the 49ers were like, well, we should just retain some of that money and we'll just draft a little early in the second round. Because from the 31st to the 32nd, it's about like 11 to 12 mil on annually what they're being paid. And then the second round, starting of the first.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, second round.
That's right.
Yeah, so the second round. The second round guys, first, second, they're only making about like 6 to 7, 8 mil annual contract. So the drop off is about 4 to 5 million. That's significant enough for the 49ers to take a look at and be like, yeah, maybe we don't want to take that cap hit in the first round. So that's just something that I think to think about.
Yeah.
I would really.
And they get better players later in the draft than anybody. I mean, the 49ers can pick up some great ball players beyond round one.
Yeah.
They're amazing with that.
Oh, yeah, Ronbo. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of our best things. I think that's why, like, we had such a quick turnaround is because we found so many gems in the late rounds, Ronbo. Yeah. It's insane to talk about. I mean, we could list a bunch of players from Fred Warner all the way to, Kittle, the stud we have in Kittle, but I think Brunskill's making a name for himself. Ronald Blair's like a third round pick, but I'm saying the fourth and fifth round guys.
DJ Jones.
DJ Jones, spectacular talent.
And we don't know about Tim Harris yet. I'm interested in saying he seems like he's gonna get hurt. Let's see what happens to him. That guy wasn't bad in school. It was just about him getting hurt. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. But Ronbo, I just think the 49ers make their name, but we'll see how the draft plays out. It's draft season, though, too. Something to look forward to. I just want to give a message to all my faithful. I know it's hard for us right now, faithful. I'm saying losing another one, but
we got to move on.
We'll get over it.
Yeah, because they'll be better this year. I'm certainly going to be better this year as long as we keep Eric Armstead. I don't know about the safety, but I got to keep that front line stout. So.
You're right, Ronbo. And that's one of the big things. You're right. I say we go ahead after Armstead. And I even think the 49ers might take a gander at a cornerback because I think the 49ers, there's a lot of people that miss on cornerbacks, and I just think, well, he's already a vet proven. Like, there's someone like Bradley Roby who signed like a 1-year deal, kind of like the Texans took Bradley Roby and we took, what's his face?
I know.
Who's the kid from the Chargers?
Yeah.
Or whatever his name is, but.
I know how you talk about it. I forget his name too. But we got to move Shay. I'll see you Thursday or Friday. Be back. All right.
Yes, sir, Ronbo. All right, Ronbo. Sounds good. Shout out to all my TNT brothers, and they know who they are. And Ronbo, thank you for giving us the platform. And
thanks,
I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right. Looking forward to it. All right, Shay. And let's get on over and see what Ellis is talking about. Ellis.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Ellis, man, I'm telling you. I was reading around, and I read across the line the 49ers have pretty much two wide receivers that you can depend on being around probably next year. Everybody else has got these little things going on. You got the Hurd and Trent Taylor. Lord knows with their medical history, are they going to be able to participate this year? You've also got, of course, E-Man Sanders. Will the 49ers pony up the cash needed to keep him? There's all kind of variables. And I'm sitting there reading this. Damn, y'all. Don't hit me with reality. Oh, my God. These are all scary things. We need these guys, Ellis. Woo, man. And then you got the every mock draft Monday, everybody says 49ers better stop fooling around because if Jimmy Ward leaves, they better go to the draft and get Delpit. And they can't get Delpit if they don't keep the 31 pick. But Ellis, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking 31 needs to be turned into some gold. Give me some second or third or fourth round picks or something. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what are your feelings on all this stuff?
You know, Jimmy Ward, he did have a strong season this year. There was a couple of plays, some big stops, some big, just plays that he made, stopping some big plays, and then he did give up some big plays, but he played better than he did not.
Yes.
I don't
good
know
way to put it.
what he's asking for. Huh?
No, that's a good way to put it, too. I agree.
Yeah, he definitely played better, you know what I'm saying, than he did not play better, you know what I mean? So I was glad, and he was solid. How much money is he? What's the situation?
Yeah,
I know we've been hearing about everybody.
This hasn't been revealed yet. And the 49ers, he made 4 points something last year, I think, 4.9, 4.5, something like that. So the rumor is the Eagles are going to be going after him. I don't know what kind of money the Eagles plan on offering. And the 49ers are probably not going to want to get into a bidding war with the Eagles over Jimmy. Hopefully, Ward's thinking this is the team that's probably got a better chance at getting back to the playoffs than the Eagles do. So I'm going to stay with y'all. If you give me an incentive contract or something like that, maybe if they're lucky, that may be unrealistic. People are going to get paid wherever they can get paid. But I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, shit. How many injuries has Jimmy had, and how long have we decided to keep a hold, and be patient with this man? So I think it needs to be some reciprocity when it comes to
right.
That. He needs to be
owes
like, hey,
us.
I'm gonna. Yeah, exactly. He needs to stay and say, you know what, I'm willing to do whatever. A lot of these guys, man, they get paid a lot of money. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know there's, it's a business, but you want to win championships, or do you just want to get the check? You're going to get paid regardless. And then if you have great games throughout the year, you're going to get incentives. You're going to get bonuses. And if you're playing great, you're going to get that anyway. So it's kind of just like
and winning the Super Bowl and getting in the playoffs.
The team that took a chance on you. Yeah, man, we gotta figure out see what Jimmy's talking about first. If the Eagles want to get him and he wants to make it a bit more, then he doesn't really want to be here, and he doesn't really appreciate the time we had spent on holding him. And Kyle's always had really good things to say about him, and they'd be really confident waiting for Jimmy to come back.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and because for good reason. But he can't hold up the train. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do. And I would delegate that pick and try to do some other things and get some other picks. The late round picks we've been seeming to be one of the more, primitive teams in getting late round draft picks and doing really well. I think we'll get another one. We'll get another big name, nobody out of nowhere, and we'll probably have a stout season and an additional to our boys, coming next year. No matter who it is or what position it's at, I feel like we'll at least get 2 successful picks out of the entire ordeal.
They
but
got
do more with that first round for sure. You see with Seattle, I was watching a breakdown with Seattle, Ronbo, of how they were able to break down their first round picks and stuff last year, and they were able to do all these other things and get Travis Homer and DK Metcalf and a lot of these other guys, and actually did kind of decent, or whatever. I just was looking at it because I'm watching everybody, kind of seeing what everyone's doing, but hopefully we can really get somebody that's going to benefit us. We have to, we got to try to benefit from this draft the best we can. And like we said about D Ford, that brother needs to go ahead and restructure that contract. If he don't, I say we cut anybody who doesn't have, who's got a big contract, that's not willing to try to, make some things happen so we can come back strong. Because now you're not even thinking about we just lost the Super Bowl.
And you're right, because D Ford sat back and watched as many games as we did in the same position we was in, sitting down. So D Ford needs to just don't even ask if he wants to restructure his contract. Call him and tell him we're restructuring your contract. And if he has a problem with that, then you can come on in and we can argue. But yeah, that's where I'm going with that. Yeah, right, quick. Alex, let me see if Thursday or Friday.
We got to free up some money. Yeah,
yes.
before you go, Ronbo, there was a I sent you some clips of something that I want you to see from the Super Bowl from this guy on YouTube. Can you jot down my IG real quick? I already requested you on Twitter, but I want you to check these videos out when you got some downtime. It's just a couple of minutes, and I found another one in there that I know you'll like. But I sent them to you on Instagram.
You said
and
on IG?
Twitter,
okay. Alice, what name do you use?
I'm on Instagram. I'm under it's at THA _ and then it's immaculate. So it's EMACULATE. The number one. And that's me. You'll see me.
IG. And did you say THA _ immaculate?
Yes, sir. EMACULATE at IG. Yeah, just check it out when you get a chance.
Right.
And then also on Twitter, I hit you and I sent it to you on Twitter as well.
Cool. I'll be looking for you. You use the immaculate on Twitter as well?
On the Twitter, I'm actually I'm at the Boss Immaculate or Boss Immaculate 1. That's what I'm under. You'll see me though, champ. I sent you some messages over in your inbox so you can see it, the videos and just some different stuff.
All right.
And we'll talk about it later on.
We will. I'll give you feedback
as
soon as I see it too. Let you know I've seen it. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right,
yes,
Ellis.
Sir. All right, champ.
Talk to you later, fam.
Nice talking to you as usual,
always.
Man. Shout out to the whole family. Shout out to you, Ronbo, as always. We'll be back Friday or Thursday or what?
Thursday or Friday, yeah. Depends if I can get away Thursday. Yeah, we'll be trying. All right?
Okay. All right.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, fam. Peace. Sure.
And Dollar Bill Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Will, we're looking at, because they're putting out articles now that make you have to think more than you want to, because I'm still riding the same momentum and joy we was having all 2019 season, but now we got to get ready for 2020. And something that really knocked me down off the chair, the 49ers have 2 wide receivers that they can pretty much depend on being in camp next year that are able to play. And then they read down the reasons why. I said, oh, that's true, ain't it? Good Lord, no, please. It is true. Well, we can depend on Debo and Kendrick Bourne, who never gets hurt. We don't know about E-Man. He may not be able to, they may not have enough money for him. We do know that Jalen and Trent get hurt on the word, somebody says the word hurt in the same room with them. I don't even know who else we got. It's just scary. You got George Kittle. Yeah, we got 3 guys the ball could get thrown to. They'll be there because George Kittle don't care. You could break George's neck. He'll still be out there. So, I don't know. 31 pick, do we use it to trade down? And also your secondary. Do you go for Delpit if Jimmy Ward goes in and says, Philly, how much you giving me? Shh. Give me, where do I find a real estate agent for Philadelphia? All these things are up in the air. What are you thinking?
Sure, man. I think we should keep the 31st pick. I think we should. But then again, like the other caller said, traded to get some more picks. I mean, but it's not really a lot. It's not really a lot that we need this year, to be honest with you, because most of our core players are coming back. I think the only 2 positions that we need to focus on is receivers in the secondary. Jimmy Ward, I like Jimmy Ward, trust me, I do. I always thought he was a good safety, but he just kept getting hurt. But you got to ask yourself, are you willing to let him stay or give him a big deal? Regarding to...
And for how long, right? How much of a deal?
Right,
how old is Jimmy? Is he 26, 27, 28, somewhere in there? How many years do you give Jimmy?
The reason I say that is because of his injury, his past injuries. Can you trust to get somebody a large deal without the possibility of him getting hurt again? He played throughout the whole season, but he had some bumps and bruises along the way this year too.
I'd give him incentive contract.
Trust that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, Jimmy, you can make all kind of money. I'm telling you right now. What I need from you though is I need X amount of games played. I need this. You go to the Pro Bowl. You break the bank if you go to the Pro Bowl. I'd go on and on because that doesn't hurt you against the cap, right?
I would give him an incentive contract. I mean, I don't want to put a rookie safety back there that you afraid is going to have some mess ups. You know, I'd rather keep that intact. I mean, safety position is more critical. But I tell you what, corner, I think we should get that guy, my boy Russo. Shout out to Russo, man, my TNT brother. He put me up on this dude, Jeff Gladney out of TCU. My corner out of TCU. Now he's a Sherman and a Cam Chancellor wrapped in one. He's tall, lanky. The reason why I say he got some Sherman in him because he can run the route for you. And the reason I say he got some Cam Chancellor, and the reason why I say he got some Cam Chancellor in him because he can lay your ass out when you catch that football.
All right. How big is he?
He will punish you if you catch that football. So I think he's about 6'3". I think I could be wrong. About 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around there. Built like Cam Chancellor. Like he built just like he looked like Cam Chancellor. And he will lay your ass out.
And he plays corner.
Right.
Oh.
So yeah, check him out. My boy Russo put me on. So
right. I mean, hey, what's his name again? I'm sorry. Let me check that out. I'm taking a list. Jeff
Gladney.
You said Jeff Gladney.
Gladney.
What GL? What's that again?
Gladney.
Oh, Gladney. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Watch him, man. I mean, he'll be a good pickup. And you know, so but yeah, man, if you can get that guy, if we pick that guy and you give Ward some incentives, that secondary is going to stay intact. I truly believe that. Now, wide receiver position, we need to go in the draft get some speedy wide receivers. I already mentioned Justin Jefferson out of LSU, man. He's elusive. He got sure hands, man. I mean, he can get open. Got speed, man. I mean,
is he tough?
With deep. Oh yeah, he's tough. He's like a born. He's like a born tough.
Oh,
he's like a born.
Oh yeah. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. See, people don't give Kendrick enough credit. They don't understand. I've seen Kendrick Warren take some vicious hits. Got up smiling, walked back to the huddle like y'all can't hurt me.
The guy got toughness, man. And D Ford, look, man, we can forget about the D Ford crap. Keep this man on the team, please. This man had tendonitis in the knee when he was already in Kansas City, and he was a Pro Bowl. He had a hamstring injury. I mean, hey, stuff like that happens sometimes. Some guys get hamstrings. Yeah, man. I mean,
I just want to speak on my own behalf on that, though. I don't want to get rid of D. I just want somebody there in case D goes into D-isms. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
You got Ronnie Blair.
Well, yeah, if he's okay from that knee, that's the only thing that worries me. I hope that knee is okay because he got hurt in week 10. He may not be ready for the start of the season.
But I mean, well, you're right, But we'll see though. But yeah, Blair's important, so you got to keep him on the team.
Oh, no doubt. And he'll take less money now too. So the 49ers got him just in time because that knee may not be right.
Oh yeah,
so Ronnie will say, "I'll stay here, coach." Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he's gonna get restructured too. I really believe that because he didn't do much this season, but we need to keep him on the team because both can produce off of him.
Yeah, he's got a new contract coming. I think his contract ran out this year, as I remember.
Oh yeah, so I'm about to get man. But one more thing I want to say, I want to ask y'all this question, man. Y'all ain't talking about Jimmy G. That's Jimmy G. Dad and all this in the Super Bowl. All we should have did was run that doggone football to run that clock out. And I'm gonna ask y'all something about that Jimmy G pass to Emmanuel. I'm gonna ask y'all this. Did Jimmy G overthrow Sanders?
Or did Sanders get held? Damn it.
Or what? No. Was he fast enough to catch that ball?
And then there's that. You know, you do need a guy with world-class speed on your team anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, lay out Jimmy.
Good point.
Jimmy gonna be a Matt Ryan starting this season.
I have no doubt in my mind. He's already done enough now.
Yeah, he's now.
All right, Will. See you Thursday or Friday, huh?
All right, man. Take it easy, Ronbo. Shout out to my
fam.
TNT fam, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club. All you guys, you know who we are, man. All right, y'all have a good one. All right, man.
You will. Talk to you later.
All right.
Yeah. And K.O. This is new. K.O. Come on in. K.O.
Can you hear me?
Hey, K.O., there you are. Got to hear you now, yeah. Go ahead.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, I sit back here and trying to figure out, as the 49ers, we got two wide receivers that room that we know for sure are going to be in camp and ready to roll, maybe on opening day. And the Mock Monday says 49ers better think about getting a safety or a cornerback. Some of them say linebacker too. But, yeah, what are you thinking about these things?
Man, I'm still fucked up off the Super Bowl, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I couldn't even call you, man.
You got to get over it.
Tap in, bro.
It'll make you crazy. I'm trying not to think about it until people bring up plays and I get mad all over again. Had it.
But
right
like the
there.
last caller said, we should have ran that ball. I mean, that's what got us to the Super Bowl in the first place. You feel me? Like, I just don't understand what the fuck Kyle was thinking. Like,
and
what
Debo,
the hell
they
was
couldn't
going
do
through
it.
that man's head?
Right? They couldn't do a thing with Debo. Give him the ball, Kyle. Oh, man. It's too late.
I ain't gonna lie, Debo a bad boy though.
Yeah, he's gonna get
He a
better
bad
too.
boy. I say we get rid of Goodwin though. I'm tired of his ass, bro. He ain't doing nothing. I mean,
hey, but
I know he got this little situation going on with his female or whatever, but it's football, bro. Like, you feel me? All that shit gotta come to the side. You feel me? Like, he gotta be a football player or shit. Go be a track star. You feel me?
But the thing is, we need somebody with speed. Did you notice? We did not use George Kittle as much this year. George Kittle's best year was when he was cutting off the tail of Marquise Goodwin. He'd fly down the field. They both go jamming down the field. Kittle, of course, would curl in, and Marquise would keep on going. The safety ain't stupid. He continues to roll with Marquise. You know, because the thing is...
But Marquise can't catch, though. Like, he ain't a good wide receiver. Like,
I know,
he can't catch. His route running is trash.
Let me tell you, though. Here's the thing.
I don't know, bro. I ain't here to bash the man.
No.
I don't respect him.
Kale, here's all I'm saying. We need somebody fast to get that safety to hell up out the end, up close around to the end zone. Because you got to have somebody get respected. I don't know what Debo's good at running intermediate routes. We got a lot of intermediate route runners. We need somebody to scare the bejesus out of the defense. Goodwin used to do that, which is why that's why
I ain't going front, Ronbo. I think we're gonna have to do something in free agency, like, or we're gonna have to try to go reach for somebody, bro, because I mean, if Emmanuel Sanders still there, I mean, like you said, like everybody's saying, he's slow, you feel me? So, I mean, shit. You right, though. We got to go do something. We can't be passive no more. We got to be aggressive, you feel me? We got to just go out there and just be like, just what it is, you feel me? We got to take this 2020 season. This our, you got robbed last year, this our shit, you feel me? So we just got to go in there like Debo's, you feel me? Take the bite and get on.
I mean, and I wonder if you ask Kyle right now, Kyle, could you have given Debo a couple more touches in that game? Kyle will never admit to anything. Every time he gets into the after the game post session, he always says, "I would have called the game the same way." Kyle, come on, man. You know I'm all right. You go and tell us the truth now. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You did a good job.
What you thinking about our defense, though, Ronbo? I feel like we need to go grab us a corner, though. Like, I saw that boy from the Panthers. He's going to be a free agency. The Bradbury. Forgot his first name. I think it's James Bradbury.
Is he
looks like a good corner to snatch up. Yeah, he's going to be a free agent this year. And I think they had him as, like, one of the top defensive pass breakers up in the league, like, since 2016.
Oh, he is.
Like he up there, yeah. He one of them boys. You feel me? Like I feel like him and Sherman. You feel me?
I do. You know what I wonder though?
I kind of feel like
I do wonder what the 49ers are discussing about Akello. What are they thinking? Because Akello,
I ain't gonna lie, Akello gone. He going to the XFL. Akello gonna be in the XFL, man. Go hold you. Akello gone.
him. Mosley took his position.
No, he
it's a wrap,
didn't.
bro. He ain't never getting that back from Mosley.
Blame in XFL. Oh my God.
That's hell, bro. Him and Goodwin, they gonna tear it up in the XFL. They're gonna be.
Goodwin
and we
doesn't have time
gonna root for them because they ex-Niners.
Well, hey, reputation,
yeah.
yes. I'm a 49er, man. You guys should use me.
Woo. Witherspoon trash though, bro. He got exposed. He got exposed too many times. You feel me? Like Witherspoon ain't that guy. Like I don't care how tall he is. You feel me? He's too weak. He don't got no dog in him. He ain't aggressive. You feel me? Like he don't do what he got to do. Like nah.
But Kerry, you know, at the beginning of the season he was. I don't know what happened to him. He got hurt, and then he came back. He came back to the old Akello. At the beginning of the season, he was tough, and all of a sudden, he's making the same mistakes.
I just feel like he don't got no confidence. Like his confidence is just low. Like without confidence, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, that was the problem there. Kerry, we're out of time. Kerry, let me see you Thursday or Friday when I get back. Okay.
I'm definitely going to get back because I wanted to talk to you about Pettis weak ass. But
man, that's a whole show, ain't it? We may have
Pettis. That was my boy. I mean, I love Pettis, bro.
I do too.
That was my boy. Like I thought he was going to be the return king, bro.
You got a whole army of us behind you on that. I picked Pettis in my mock draft the year before last. Dante's made me madder than anybody on the field, and I love this dude. I don't know what's wrong with him. Dante can play. Dante. Oh, don't get me started talking about that. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to see you Thursday Friday. We can get back into Dante-isms. Wait.
Yes, sir, Ronbo. Enjoy what you do, brother. Love you, my nigga.
Thanks,
Hold
fam.
it down.
Appreciate you, fam. Thanks. What is this dude, sober homie? Rams own, y'all. Rams own old. Let me tell you one thing about the Rams. Yeah, first of all, family, let me remind you, if you call in and you're new, don't unmute. Just call in, and we'll take it from there. Wait a minute. Let me address this just for a second. Rams, when you go to a Rams game, you see more teams from the opposing fans than you do Rams fans. Rams don't own nothing. They don't own themselves. They ain't got no money. They owe Jalen Ramsey probably a $100 million contract. They got rid of a first-round pick for this year. Next year, a fourth-round pick to go along with it. They got rid of the defensive coach. You talk about a team that's in trouble. If the Rams win 7 games next year, I tell you what, I might think about eating a hat. Boy, what is he talking about? Rams fans, y'all come on in and talk. Man, if y'all see a Rams fan, just whoop him up. Boy, they ain't got no room to talk about nothing. Hey, Deshaun. Rams fan. Boy, that's a crying joke.
Let me tell you something. Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you feeling, Ronbo?
All right, Deshaun. How you doing?
Man, the Super Bowl. I found out now. I heard now Emmanuel Sanders. I checked this video this morning. Emmanuel Sanders was held.
All right, look at the film. Yeah, you could see him being held. Referees didn't care. Yeah.
They didn't care at all. But I'm gonna tell you about. I heard about Tom Dinovich, the referee official. He officiated the 49ers Seattle game.
Yep.
Missed a lot of calls, and he officiated the Rams in the Saints game. But missed that call at the end of the game when the defensive back hit a helmet. He missed that call too. So something about that official, that Ravinovich, whatever his name is.
I call him Davinovich. Hey, Deshaun, I got to tell you something. Roger Goodell sent him over there on purpose. People get mad at me when I say it, but they knew what they were doing when they put Davinovich over there in that game. They knew he doesn't make any calls, and he knew that would be the advantage because if you let that defense loose on the Chiefs, they're dead meat. If you let them do things like what they did, they'll win, and it worked.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could have set a record, a stat record, if he would have made all those holding calls. Because every time when Bosa, Butler was getting to the quarterback, they was already beaten. So what they were doing, they would hold them, block them in the back, and by them doing that, that's kind of slow down the pass rush and allow Patrick Mahomes to get outside and make the throws.
And the Mahomes already takes a 15-step drop. So now you give him added time. You allow the offensive lineman to tackle and hold and do everything. You see that one scene when Nick Bosa looked pissed off, and he was yelling at that offensive lineman. He was walking past him, because Bosa says the only reason you stop me is because you're holding me, you lousy son. You're like, oh man, it's okay. We'll get him again.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Exactly. I got one thing for you too. Remember I told you about a wide receiver from Oklahoma State named Jalen Wallace.
No, who is he?
Jalen Wallace, wide receiver out of Oklahoma State. That guy is bad, man. He gets in the end zone like it ain't nothing. I mean, he's a big play receiver, and he's like a mediocre, 185 pounds. But that guy's a big play receiver, and also he's a red zone receiver as well. He get that ball in the end zone. He over catches well.
Wait,
got good leaping. So
Deshaun, how fast? How fast is he? Can he run?
Yes, he's pretty fast, Ronbo.
Because see, we got a problem.
Every receiver. I mean, every cornerback, every defender that was on him, he possibly beat him, and also he outjumps him as well. He's more like a Daz Bryant.
Well, he's an athletic type, strong athletic. Because, see, what we need is somebody to get them safeties from hanging around in midfield, knowing they got it made because nobody can run past them. See, we need a deep threat, and they can run past and get that safety up out of the that midfield area.
Ronbo, he is a deep threat. Ronbo, he is a deep threat, Ronbo. He's a deep threat.
I gotta see it. Hey, what's his name again?
Jalen Wallace, wide receiver out of Oklahoma State. He's a deep threat receiver. And also, he's a red zone receiver as well, too.
Jalen Wallace. All right.
Yes. He has that Jalen Hurd kind of end zone route player. He can jump up and bring that ball down.
All right. And athletic guys that can go up and get the ball, yeah, you got to have them too. I just want to make sure that somebody scares the bejesus out of the defense, so they have to get back.
Well, we need that instead of Kendrick Bourne. We need that monster receiver. We haven't had that since.
You know what? You know what though? You don't have to get rid of Bourne. Bourne plays a role in that team anyway. Kendrick's that guy that comes in suddenly. But you need that guy to play all four downs. But Kendrick's that guy you bring in for specialty plays. Because one thing Kendrick Bourne can do better than anybody on the team, he can beat guys in and out of routes. That's why he's always open. It's not about his speed, it's quickness with him. So he serves the purpose.
Yeah. Yes, I understand. I don't want them to get rid of Kendrick Bourne. I'm just saying, that guy he's like another Jalen Hurd. But I've been Kendrick Bourne when he first came to the 49ers. I think he's going to be a good receiver. I just hope that he catches the ball a little more.
We're not guaranteed to Jalen Hurd anyway. His back, somebody told me he had that problem. That's why he left and went to Baylor from Tennessee. It broke his back when he was making him a running back. See, that's kind of worrisome. I hope he'll be able to stay with us next year. How much can he take? Because your back, you know what it is. You can't play football with a bad back. It is concerning.
You got them safeties, man, that can hit. That will hit you. They usually hit you from the back, and
Yeah.
But I just hope that he gets better.
I do too, because the guy looks like a solid ball player. Deshaun, we gotta go. I'm gonna be back Thursday or Friday. They're looking for you, okay?
Okay, Ronbo. I appreciate you all taking my call.
All right, man. Appreciate you too. Looking forward to talking to you again. Good night.
Yes, sir. All right. Yeah.
And Sergio.
What's up, Ronbo?
Sergio, man, we're sitting trying to guesstimate as to what the 49ers are going to do. We've only got a couple of wide receivers that we can be guaranteed are probably going to be on the field next year. Everybody else has got some question next to the name. And then you got, what do we do with pick number 31? Do you keep that and get Delpit out of LSU? Or do you trade back and get more picks? What if Jimmy Ward leaves? Oh, these questions and more are glooming over the 2020 season.
Well, I look at it as a relationship, Ronbo. If you know it's not working, you move on.
True.
Find yourself a new girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
man.
I like to keep my options open, man. When it comes to finding the right one, um, you got to keep looking to you find it, and I think that's what we should do.
Yeah, I actually think Ward will be back. I don't think that he's going to be a hard ass about his contract. I don't.
Yeah.
He's probably
Well,
not crazy about going to Philadelphia. And if the 49ers offer him anything substantial, he's probably going to go ahead and say okay, because he's going to say things like, "Y'all believed in me, you trusted me, I'm still here. What you got going?" I'm probably going to say it's okay, and then they go ahead and make that deal.
yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that's what's going to happen anyway.
Well, I would love to keep him. He got a few picks from games that saved us and
Sherman needs a veteran behind him. That's what I'm scared about. You don't want to put a rookie behind Sherm. Not at this point in his career. Jimmy and him worked together for 1 year. I suspect they'll look even better next year. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, like I say, if they're expensive and we're trying to pick up some more players, we need to have them take a little cut. If they can't, that's when they get cut. That's when they get released because we're trying to, add to the family. So it's just how it works. It's all about the money.
I know. It's a business. At the end of the day, we got to realize this is a business. You can't get too emotional behind these players. They're going to do what they do, and the agents are running things anyway because the agent doesn't feel anything. He comes in, he just does his job. So
it's like I'm seeing all these stories on because I live in Las Vegas, so I'm hearing all these stories about the Raiders, and they're trying to pick up Watt. Now they're trying to pick up Brady, and I'm like,
all this serious too.
They're trying to sell some tickets over here.
They need to. I wonder if Brady would do it. I guess he would, though. Actually.
Well, I guess they offered him $60 million for 2 years.
Oh, that's a big contract. I just wonder what's going to happen to Derek Carr. That's pretty funny.
I know. I think that's messed up what they're doing to him too. Because
it's evil, ain't it? The Raiders will get what they deserve. Go ahead, get that.
But you know what? He would go to another team and he would show himself. He's a good quarterback,
He is, but I got to tell you, without Josh McDaniel and Belichick and everybody else involved, at 42, I don't see Brady looking the same playing with Vegas and Gruden's system, and I really don't. I like Tom though. I hope he does well, but I don't see it.
Yeah, but Las Vegas Raiders, really? Oh man, it's just funny to say.
Just a joke.
But you know what? I think our team will be back, right? For sure. We're definitely gonna be a playoff team. No matter if we cut a few people, but
they're too good not to be now. And you look around the league, there's not a lot of teams that are better as far as built and structured. 49ers are built to kill for anybody they play. They can beat you in so many ways. And all they got to maintain that frontline defense. But the 49ers can beat you. They can run you. Jimmy G is nowhere near as bad as people think. That passing game is going to improve this year. The defense is brutal. And if they stay together, they will continue to be brutal. So,
I was looking at this. I was looking at the teams that we're going to be playing, and it looks like it's a tough schedule, but it's not as tough as last year's for sure.
Yeah. Traveling is what's going to get us. They put us in a travel situation again. I don't think anybody travels more than the 49ers next year.
But I still see our division as the toughest every year, I think.
You don't worry about the Rams, though, because the Rams, Rams are in remode. They don't even know it yet. Rams got rid of Phillips, defensive coordinator. They got some guy in there nobody knows anything about. They owe Jalen Ramsey all kind of money. If they lose Ramsey, they lost their first pick for this year and next year. They have to pay Jalen Ramsey. You can't lose 2 first-round picks and not pay this dude. So Jalen's going to take all their money, and then they're going to have to try to find merry minimums to play around a quarterback that's questionable. They don't have an offensive line. Whitworth is even leaving this year. The Rams got more trouble. Boy, I tell you what, I can't wait to watch what they do next. But that's what I'm saying. I ain't worried about the Rams. Look out for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Cowboys division, like Eagles are done. Cowboys, well, they're looking like they in the middle of a breakup, so they're pretty much done.
That's Jerry Jones poisoning. They're done.
Yeah, I think he's the worst owner in any sport.
No doubt about it.
He's worse than McMahon. Like McMahon, he's a good business owner, but damn.
Hey, put it this way, Sergio. He makes Trent Taylor. He makes Trent look like Trent knew exactly what he was doing, and that's a pretty scary thing. Hey, Sergio, we gotta go though, fam. We're out of time. I'll see you Thursday or Friday, huh? If you get some time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll be off this whole week. So
cool. All right, looking for you then.
All right, guys.
Night, fam. And I'm looking at this name, Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma. Does anybody know about Big Show? Tell me about Kenneth Murray. It says here Quan Alexander him and Quan would be the Bash brothers of the NFL. He said, I'm talking about moving into the same apartment together, having bunk beds, wearing matching bandanas the whole 9 yards. I got it. Hey, mark down. Kenneth Murray of Oklahoma. See if he gets some film. And I'm going to check him out, and we can talk about, does he look like Quan Alexander? That's hilarious. Patterson's gay. They probably love each other if they meet each other. Hey, it's the Iron Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Sheik, man, we're sitting here. It's time to worry, Sheik. It's the offseason when we start arguing and yelling and screaming. Even though we're a Super Bowl team, we got to do it. You know, so much fun in the offseason to get mad. Dre came in tonight and got mad earlier. Somebody disrespected him.
Oh, of course. That's Dre for you.
Hey, but Sheik,
we're not surprised with that.
Here's the thing, Sheik. We got 2 wide receivers next year that we pretty much can be assured are going to be there. That's a mind-jolting thought. And I'm not because the other guys can't play or anything, but some of the reasons that are, money and health. Guys are famous for getting hurt, and other guys can't be paid. And then you got that 31 pick, and the secondary on this mock draft Monday, all these guys said 49ers better get a safety because Jimmy Ward is not promised. And that's true to some degree. But what are your feelings on these things?
Well, we got to, a lot of people are saying we should do like what Seattle did, trade back and get multiple picks. And I think that should happen. But if a guy is available, like he falls to like a Delpit or like a good wide receiver. But there's a lot of them. Like those Jared Judys and Lambs are out of the question. They're not coming to us.
No, not that deep.
Ruggs, it looks real. Yeah, they're not that deep. Yeah. Ruggs is nice, but I prefer that big-bodied, speedy guy, like the tall. I really like the guy he's like a protected like a 2nd round or 3rd round maybe, is Antonio Gandy Golden. He's like 6'2". He looked like a monster in the Senior Bowl. He has a lot of promise.
Speed?
And I believe – go ahead.
Speed?
His speed is – I have to see his 40. But he has good hands. He's a red zone, the guy. He definitely has a nice route as well, Ronbo. He got like 2 touchdowns in the Senior Bowl, I believe. He was one of the best players in the Senior Bowl. So, yeah, I like him a lot. But, I got to agree with Russo and Will. Shout out to them. I do like Gladly. He's a really nice corner. If he falls in the 31st, you might have to consider him as well.
Wait, say his name again. I'm going to check these guys out later. Huh?
Jeff Gladly, Gladney.
Mm-hmm.
Gladly, or I spelled that wrong, but Gladly.
But yeah, I got Gladley, right? Is that what you gave me?
Yeah, no, Gladley, I believe. I might be wrong in spelling, but I know the first.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure
4 letters.
Google will let me have it. All you got to do is put in a little bit of it.
Oh yeah.
I'll just put football.
Yeah, you'll see it.
All right.
Yeah, I do like that, but the Ronbo situation, like everybody wants Jimmy Ward bad, but I think there's a lot of teams in the free agency who are looking at free agency. The Vikings, they have
like
Harrison Smith that he's.
Can you imagine this?
Yeah.
I saw him being like the top target for about 3 teams. I said, "Whoa, what?" And Clinton Dix and some of those other guys, they're falling behind Ward.
Jimmy.
So Jimmy's sitting there saying, "Everybody wants me." He's just going to say, it's Frank Kojima says it's glad knee. So, okay, so we got your street.
Glad knee?
Back on that one, yeah. But go ahead.
All right, appreciate that. But I was seeing, like, also, I want to ask the chat as well. I want them to chat. Let's put the name of Armstead or Ward, because they're both injured players, right?
Yeah.
And they both had a good year. Who would you rather have in the freaking picking them back in the 40? Would you have Armstead or Jimmy Ward?
Well, like you say, they're both injured. But what place you got to take in the priority position, because the secondary is not going to function well if the front line's not doing a job. I'm going Eric Armstead. As much as I love Dub, I'm going Armstead.
Right.
Oh my God.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And there's other guys. That's a great thing to have, Ronbo. There's a lot of guys in the D line that we could make him a good player. But Armstead, he's just a run stopper. He's known for that run stopper. And that's why he's been stopping these guys, and he fits that he gives to the quarterbacks and the running backs. I prefer him coming back. You know, he's a Sac native. Shout out to Sacktown. I like him, but Weatherspoon, what is going on with Weatherspoon? He's also a Sac native, and I'm really pissed off about that.
Sack giveth and sack taketh. Here's the thing. This is what I look forward to, Sheik. What happens in camp this year? Because there's going to be some guys, and I understand the 49ers are not going to continue to clown around with Dante for the offseason, at least. Dante actually does have to come up some way. And I'm pretty sure they're going to keep him no matter what he does. But why keep him if you're going to put him on the sideline all season long? If Dante comes in and doesn't show me anything, and it's not about him developing, it's about his mental makeup. Is he pliable, Sheik? Can I get this kid to get into himself and show me something? Is it important to him? Where's his priority? Show me some aggression. Let me know. Because even if you're not that good yet, if I see that, I'll stick with you until your contract. I'll pick up your fifth-year option because you got talent. But don't come in here bullshit. Don't come in here clowning around. Show me something. That's the thing. Will he do it?
And like you said in the beginning, when you have two wide receivers that are good, it's Deebo Samuel, who's our number one, and Kendrick Bourne. He's not projected to be a starter, but he's
a role player
now.
Yeah, he's not going to be a starter.
He's a role player. We all know it. We literally need two wide receivers. I love Jalen Hurd, and I like Richie James, but honestly, I cannot trust Jalen Hurd because back issues are back. He's supposed to be fully healthy right now, but we don't know. And I prefer getting two. We got to get Sanders back. I don't want AJ Green. That's another injured player. I do not want that. No. We don't need that, guys. The Cooper situation. Get off that. That's going to be too much money. Just keep it in house. Emmanuel Sanders is a beast as a leader and a player. You could give him like a 2-year deal, and there you go, or even a 1-year deal. But you need to get wide receivers in the draft. Mm-hmm. If he's a really good one in the 31st, or if you trade back and get multiple picks, we got to get a few of them because the depth, the future, we're not going to be overpaying these guys in the free agency.
There's no need. We're already a contender. Hey, but Sheik, you know what? You know that with our scouting team, they're going to find some kid with blazing speed, and for reasons unknown, nobody else is going to know about him. And as far as running backs go, people are saying get rid of Jerick McKinnon and TC because the 49ers are going to make a good running back out of anybody they get on their team. They can all, for some reason, the 49ers, we cut a couple of kids last year. That one kid who was running like a bowling ball, knocking people down and running through, they cut him. Damn good football player in Kyle Shanahan's system. Mm-hmm. So you see, we're going to see some surprises. I don't necessarily want to see the wrong guys get cut, but if we do see them get cut, we could actually have faith in it and know they know what they're doing. Because one thing the 49ers are good at, except for Kyle, he should have ran Debo in the Super Bowl more, but for the most part, they make good decisions on things. Damn it, Kyle, why did you run Debo more? Okay. Anyway, Sheik, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. No, I also want to add to, like, if you're talking about running backs or coaching. Oh, go ahead, Rama.
No, because we're out of time. I didn't realize we were running over.
We're going to go. That's all good. So I'll make this quick. Well,
okay, make it quick.
With the running backs, we got to figure out, and you can trust the coach. Like Turner's a great. He finds those gems that he finds. Like he found, what's his name, Breda at the time, and these other running backs. I think the guy that we should look at, and I'm going to give that shout out to Lee because he's also great. He kind of reminds me of McKinnon. His name is Antonio Gibson. He's a running back, but he could play that McKinnon type of player. You could get him in the 4th or 5th. But
right.
Yeah, he's a running back plus wide receiver. But anyways, to the Rams fans in there in the chat, let me tell you this: you guys have two first-round picks. You have no edges. You guys are in probably about to trade Gurley, and you're like $2 million more than us. Come on, guys, get it together.
Let's get on them later. We gotta go, Sheik.
Yeah, we will.
Getting on the Rams is like a 2-hour thing. All right, fam. Well, I'll see you Thursday or Friday. Okay.
All right. Shout out to Will. Shout out to Ruthie. Shout out to Ronbo chat. You know who you are. Faithful. Hit that like for Ronbo Sports. Sub share. Quest for 6. We're coming, but it's not that anymore. We're doing the revenge tour. Let's go.
That's it. Thanks, Sheik. See you Thursday, Friday, fam. Have a great night.
See you, brother.
Mark Lacilento, thanks for the contribution, fam. He says Jeff Gladney is the strongest corner in the draft. Really? Wow. I know the Rams, 49ers probably know about him too. Come on, Rams fans, man. Y'all got to be playing yourself, man. Y'all ain't got no business up in there. You know what? You guys are like at a party with A-listers and you crashed the party. You got in through the back door past the bouncer. You guys ain't got no game, and you know it. You're getting ready early. Your quarterback is suspect. Jalen Ramsey gonna take all the little money you got left. McVay, everybody's gotten used to McVay. You can't hurt nobody no more. You know, and you guys lost that game in the last seconds, and the 49ers were clowning around. So please, give it a rest. You know what? You guys come on back for comedy relief. We like clowning you, because y'all ain't, boy, a Ram. Hey, John V, what's going on, fam? This is the NFL didn't release anything in regards to bad calls as they do during the season or playoff games. Not one word exposing bad calls. It's crazy. I agree. TCU's Jeff Gladney. Look, John, if the NFL admitted to wrongdoings, they'd be apologizing on a weekly basis. They're not going to do that unless something's really outrageously bad, like what they did to the Saints the year before that. You know what's funny about that Saints thing? They made all those administrative changes, and they barely applied the rule all season long. See, the NFL is going to give it lip service. Here's the thing we all need to worry about. The NFL moving into Las Vegas, this is something we should be concerned with. You're going to get a lot of mob activity now. And we've already got it to some degree, most likely. But you're going to get a little more now, because now they're going to feel they got a legitimate reason to get involved. It's kind of a scary thing, because the NFL tried to avoid Las Vegas for a long time, and that's one of the reasons why. Let's see what happens, because, man. Anyway, hey, fam, I'll be back Thursday or Friday. We'll talk some more football. And don't forget that like, fam. John, thanks for the contribution. Mark, Ben Cemental Ford. Thanks, guys. I'll see you as soon as possible. I know! Whew.